trying to jump on board who isn't.
It's a slideshow. It's a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
I actually think this is a problem maybe... Connection issues, guys. I do apologise for all you guys at home want to see an incredible game. I mean, I'm hoping that it's maybe us and these guys are getting to play.
Maybe we are lagging.
Can't choose a player. If it is, do apologise for this. Okay, but let's bring it on back.
Bring it on back to you. Don't stop, never give up. Hold your head high and reach the top. That was sick. Pound it.
Boom.
Boom. Bit of S-Club in your life.
Did you ever like S-Club Juniors?
No, I'd moved on by then. Moved on by then.
Didn't like it at all.
S-Club. That was the intro to the TV show.
Yeah, it was. But
did you watch it?
No, obviously not.
I was a big fan of Bradley. Dude was awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool.
It was just the Rachel Stevens kind of thing.
Oh, she was great.
She was all right, yeah.
Yeah, Rachel Stevens. But the only one that could sing was the blonde one, which wasn't actually as cute. Joe, yeah.
See, short-term memory loss. Don't know what map we played. Yeah.
You don't know what you ate for lunch, but you do know the name of the blonde person from S-Club 7.
Who was the rest? Was H in there, or was that another band?
H.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was the other guy.
Yeah.
And Mark.
Bradley H.
Mark?
I don't know where Mark's coming from.
I'm pretty sure there's a Mark.
Joe, Rachel. And he go like, Rachel's doing her thing. Gotta get low. Get with the flow.
S-Club 7. Let's have a look.
So I was about to type in S-Club 7 roster then.
Roster. Bradley.
Bradley doing his thing.
Joe, Paul. That's Mark. That's where I thought Mark was.
Paul.
Tina.
Who's Paul?
John Lee, Hannah, and Rachel Stevens.
Hannah. Oh yeah, I remember Hannah. Which one?
Hannah was the cute one, right?
Yeah.
It would have to be Heatwave for sure. Thanks Tom for getting in contact with us, letting us know the most influential specialist. He agrees with us. All three of us are in the Heatwave.
I hope Tom is doing the actions as well at home. McJabba does say Purifier, so we're hard. So hard to enter close quarter hard points.
It's not Muck, it's MC.
MC. Oh.
MC Jabba the Hutt. Boots. Cats.
Boots and cats.
You want to do it?
I'll do it off stream. Like I'll practice and maybe come back. But yeah. Purifier is also a good one. Probably Heatwave or War Machine for breaking into the hard, but we never really see the War Machine, and I think that's just because Flat Jacket literally counters it. But it is for if you're using it in Publix, man, you can tear it apart. But Heatwave, you're right, Christian. We agree with you. We thought it was Heatwave as well. I think it's definitely map dependent. Mode dependent, because you know S&D comes in.
I mean,
is it kind of glitch?
A question of hardpoint, right? I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Nerd loser. We were talking about the best specialist for hardpoint. Yeah. Which is why Heatwave's making a lot of appearances. A lot of Firebreak in general.
Kinetic Armor, I think, is also very, very good.
Okay.
There's some OBJ players that like to wield that one as well, but yeah.
OBJ.
Why
the first restart? I was aware. So if any of you were not present or were unaware of why we had that initial restart of Hardpoint, it was actually down to LDLC. They were being very kind, very cool about it, and actually due to Swanee disconnecting very early on in the game, they didn't have to. The rules stated they could actually accept that win.
Yes.
So they made the kind of the admiral decision and said, you know what, we want to play this properly. Very, very cool.
Took my hat off to them.
Take your hat off to them.
LDLC, good stuff from them. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. We will get an update, obviously, from the admin. But, I mean, we've talked about many, many things on the stream already.
We're not
into...
champagne bottles. I'm looking at, Great World
Records. 9 Great World Records.
Excuse me, don't look. I'm looking at Great World Records.
You asked me and I've got to guess. Just ask me, like, a question like, what's the biggest something?
Can you guess how many wines were featured on the world's longest wine list?
Wine list. How many different types of wines?
Yeah.
4,422.
Oof. No. It was a restaurant in Luxembourg. It stocks 1,746 wines.
Kind of was a bit far there.
Yeah, you really just, I mean, you
I had the thousands right, though.
Yeah, but you kind of overshot it.
I thought it was like all the wines in the world, and not on like one restaurant, but it's a lot of wines to hold in the wine cellar.
It certainly is. But we've talked about grapes, we've talked about cod, we've talked about lots of other things, and now we are going to have to disappear for a break because it looks like we are resolving a technical fault. So while we do resolve that, guys, do be sure to stay tuned. Keep your eyes on that timer. I'll make lots of noise when we do come back to keep your speakers cranked, and I'll make sure I can announce when we do come back to get back into LDLC versus Millennium. Just our second game of today, of our final day. We'll see you then.
To go. And oh my god, Crimsix, you're gonna have to be a monster right here. Gets one. The Annihilators are. Gets two. One more to beat. He wait. Oh my god, Crimsix gets all three.
This was not what they ordered. He could still finish though. It's on to Toho, 3 seconds. No. Wailers saves the day. It's Tempest City and Vitality finish in 3.
Oh my goodness, we gotta see it on the kill cam, thank goodness, because I couldn't keep up. This is a game changing and a series changing. It was actually the connection, I believe, that tagged him up. It was. Oh my goodness, Wailers with the 3-piece there. There is one player sitting top AC that needs that call from his teammates. He's gonna go get the kill. He should get this pass right now.
Does he go for the dunk or I think the one-pointer?
Oh, he messed up his movement. Oh, picked off. We were speechless there.
Still defensive work from Rated. He has that HVK and has been using it so damn well to give him all of his 34 frags. But now they go for line. Oh, he's got it!
Slide was that?
What on earth? He was right in the face of adversity, but he's done it. Alongside both methods, and what was Legend, but Legend's going to go get another one. This time Toho was under pressure, and how does he get that? How do you get kills like that? Turns around, takes Brain down, he's looking for another one up, and he's going to get it as well. Zed goes down. We said Toho likes to work with that MR6, and now he's got 4 in a row. Still no drone control. It's weird to see. There's so many kills. Oh, Toho! Oh, Toho with the MR6. Just a pistol, 20 bullets in the chamber, and he's taken 7 down with it.
I'm Mark Bryceland, aka Marky B, and I play for Team Infused. I'm also the captain of the squad. My teammates are Zero, PT and Urban. When this team first came about, it was sort of random as such because there was a lot of different squads bouncing about, and I wouldn't really say we were the leftovers, but I think that it was just one of those teams that just got sort of flung together for an event, and it sort of worked out.
I'm the picky one, to be honest, in the team. If I see something wrong, I'm going to say what's wrong. The way we react to it is like a good environment, and unlike any other team I've been in, where we actually try to get better as a team rather than just try and benefit ourselves.
I talk to these guys on a daily basis. They're some of my best friends, and I see them and talk to them more than some of my better friends that I know from real life as such.
We've got a lot of chemistry, so we've teamed together for the longest in Europe, so it's just overall it's like good vibes within the team.
As a team, we're all great friends in game and out.
If I could pick an all-star team, I'd just pick these guys.
My first LAN event was Modern Warfare 2. I went there with my mum, she rocked up and everybody's looking around like, oh, there's Buzzer, he brought his mum with him. I ended up placing second. I mean, it was an 8-team event, and it's just the experience, you know what I mean?
Ever since 2013, my first LAN, I never expected I'd be going to LA twice, Paris, Gfinity, all around Australia. Like, you think you just like, oh, I'll win a few competitions online, a few $100, but I've been able to we won 15 grand last year, travel the world, like you can't ask for much more really.
My own personal goal is just to become the best, be that household name. I just continue to strive and work towards that and eventually make it on the big stage.
Where at the moment we've got the 3 best teammates and friends that I could basically ask for as players. I mean, we all have the same goals, same personalities, we all want to win, we're all on the same page, same line, whatever you want to call it.
I came 6th at COD Champs, probably the highlight of my career so far, but there's still so much more I can do.
All 4 of us have that same competitive nature. We all want to win and be the best in Australia. So as soon as we get that one, hiccup and hurdle, it really cuts us deep. I mean, we try not to show it too much, but we are hurting inside. Whether it's money on the line or no money on the line, it really does suck.
Once you put in the hours and you actually get to that top level, it's honestly so rewarding.
I'm confident in my own personal skill level. I mean, if anyone isn't and they're playing in an event like this, I don't think you should really be here.
Not good having this time. Kataga hits the deck and brings out the HCXD.
Oh, no.
We got the perfect view of that one. And the driver got taught a lesson or two as his HCXD
What are we seeing here? We're seeing 4 go through the middle. I feel like I should go on board. Oh my goodness, I'm going on board with someone else because...
Shame on shame. They got the scrap from middle, and they're going to be getting the opening points here. Oh, Marky B massacre. PT and Urban are frowning towards him.
In the middle of the map, now you're going to have Elevate going on a fast offensive push. Oh, look at that! What is Spacely looking at?
Who could fall off the map the most?
It would be Clayster by a landslide. I want COD stats. Keep track. Oh, look, he's just... yeah, you thought I was... Clay! What are you doing? Are you serious? Oh, my God!
He's got to be trolling us.
You've got to be kidding me right there. We were just talking about it, and he finds a new way. Gentlemen, yes, another episode of Theater Rewind here. This series went all the distance. We had the pleasure of being a part of casting it here on the primary stream. Now, we do have that Looney clip pulled up. You've also got a big Chino play that happened in Game 4. So we're going to get right into the action. We're going to get things started. Round 1 of the Search and Destroy on evac. You saw how quick this happened when we watched that little replay of the clips there. But Revan, already at the start, Looney comes in, and look at how fast this whole team dies.
He just watched his carnage right in front of his eyes. All of his teammates died. Yeah. He's all alone. And look at the red dots on the minimap. Like, there are players pushing him from all angles. Like, it's nice to be able to slow things down here in theater.
Exactly. So 10 seconds of the round, his whole team is dead. And now here's where he's got to make a decision. He's got to eliminate the amount of areas he can get shot from. So you'll see. He'll cook a nade. He tosses it to his left.
That cuts off the staircase.
And watch this first hit marker he gets right there. It hits the opponent. It bounces off of him, which lets him know someone's got to be pushing his left. So he kills Happy. And look at the shot transition. He doesn't stop shooting. Gets the second kill, and he goes and he hides. And this is what I love about the play. He watches his back. He sits here for a bunch of seconds, waits to see if the trade comes in, and then Revan, he makes a decision that winds up helping him clutch this 1v4. He rotates all the way around the side of the map. What is a thought process here from a pro player in this standpoint?
Well, whenever you're in a situation like this, you have to realize that the defense, they should know the bomb is down, and they're going to be playing around that. Since it's a 2-on-1, they're going to be trying to work their numerical advantage to the best of their ability. And this is where Looney, like, this is the play that ends the round. Like, he hits his first shot. We already know the players in the corner too is right here.
Hits the shots of the player, slides in, and that's what actually winds up helping him win this round. He ducks behind cover because he knew a trade would come in, and now watch how he re-peeks this area, gets some shots, and I slowed it down a little bit. You can see the hit markers coming in.
Twice in this engagement.
Reloads it again, and finally kills off Chino. We'll go and quickly see what it looked like from Chino's perspective in this corner. As time comes in, he's waiting for his teammate. His teammate gets shot. He turns a corner. That's how Looney gets away. And now look at how awkward it is for Chino, because they're soaring around.
I don't like that challenge from Chino, man.
Yeah.
Just back up. You have all the position in the world to work with. No need to challenge Looney right there.
Now that was from Game 2. Now we're going to hop over to your game. This is now with Rise up 2-1. The final seconds of the CTF. Revan, walk me through what happened here.
Yeah, so right now in this scenario, let me just paint the setting for you guys. It's 1-1. Earlier in this game, a little bit before this clip happened, Slack was able to earn full score streaks. So he had a lightning strike. He used that. Still has the Hellstorm missile available. So let's take a look at this through Chino's point of view. Takes out the scythe. And look at this. Hellstorm missile gets called in. No hesitation. Looks right up in the air. Shoots it out of the sky. That's something we saw a lot, you know, during Black Ops 2 players, you know, taking down the Hellstorm missile with EMPs, shooting it down. So real quick, because he's able to shoot down that Hellstorm missile, Happy's running the flag. So look right here. He has a clear lane to run with. He's going to go ahead and run it forward. But right here, he takes fire. He's going to die right here. And look how close that red dot is. You know, as Happy dies, there's not a lot of distance that needs to be covered from to get the return.
Go right for that return, yeah.
Yeah. So going back to Chino, he is now puts himself in a position to make a play happen. As you go here, finds one on the wall run, takes out the second, and I need to slow down here because he just completely destroys Slack. Picks up the flag while he's taking fire, shuts down Slack, earns full score streaks. Those aren't even going to come into play because he has 3 teammates right next to him. He's going to run in the flag, and at this point in time, there's like 20 seconds remaining in the game.
That's it.
DT, I mean, even if Rise was in a position to maybe pull a flag and make her unhappy, he's got full score streaks to work with. There's no way they're getting anywhere, you know, out of the base with that flag.
Oh, absolutely. And while that was such a great play from Chino, unfortunately, DT still went on to lose in a frustrating Game 5. We were talking about it. We feel like we say that every single time there's a dream team lost in the league right now. We'll see if they can begin to clutch up here in the coming weeks. But that's going to do it for this segment of Theater Rewind. Let's send it back over to Maven, Matt, and Matt for more insight on
Thanks, Maven. And as they were saying, the first segment of the Theater Rewind. So in Theater mode, I have the uplink fringe game between Optic Gaming and Team Envious queued up for the final moments of regulation. Let's hop into the action. I want to start things off with Formal. So he's going to start this kind of clip off with a very important two-piece as we jump into the Theater mode. We're watching through the eyes of Formal. So he starts things off with 2 important kills. One, he takes down JCap off the respawn. Then he takes down Aches, who had a scythe in his hand. We've all seen how things could be so deadly right there. I'm going to pause things here just because this is a very important moment in the match. So 3 go down for Team Envious. Formal knows where the last remaining player for Envy is located, and he has him pinned down over near the white truck. So if you look, direct your attention to the mini-map in the top left-hand corner, the player right behind Formal, that's going to be Crim6. He's eventually going to push up and grab the drone, but the other 2 players, Karma and Scump, they're going to be able to push right through the train track side of the map, and they're going to have a clear passing lane for Crim6 to move the drone forward. They're going to have a lot of forward position to work with. So quickly, I want to switch over to Karma, and as you can see, as he pushes forward, he's going to get a very clutch kill right here. Scumpy's right behind him, who's going to call in his lightning strike. In fact, let's actually switch over to Scumpy, as we could find him. He's going to call in the lightning strike. He winds up getting a kill, coming off the respawn. Going back to Karma real quick, though, because he's about to make a very important sequence of events. So as we move over to him, we're going to fast forward things up. And right here, this is a very important kill. Scumpy follows this thing with this play up with the lightning strike. And now you can see the drone does get dropped. Karma turns around. He's got Scump right behind him. Scump's going to go ahead, and he's going to get this 2-point dunk with the help of Karma. And also he earns himself the kinetic armor here, so that's going to be very important. Back over to Karma real quick. He's about to make another big play. So he's got 1 burst left in the M8. He connects here onto JCap, and as Scump comes out of Top Grandma's window, he actually saves his life. So right here, I'm going to pause it again, because this is another key moment. 3 players go down for Team Envious once again, and TP finds himself as the last remaining player. So I just want to back up just 1 click. We can watch TP off the respawn right before his teammates die. So he spawns up in auto, decides to overextend, but he does put himself in a really key position to make a play happen. You see, it comes right behind up Crim6, but unfortunately, the Arma just coming into play there for the drone carrier. He does wind up cleaning up Crim6, but Scump pops the kinetic armor. You see him picking up the kill here, and Karma's going to be the player carrying the drone. So I just want to go into free mode real quick right here so we can see how close this is. We all know that he's able to get the dunk in, but it's actually a lot closer than it seemed. So as he wall runs along Grandma's, you see Aches and Slash are both challenging there. Aches able to get the dunk in, or sorry, Karma able to get the dunk in the final moments there. And that's how the play unraveled. So let's go ahead and throw it back over to Maven and Mr. X to hear their final thoughts on this week in the Call of Duty World League for North America.
Uplink is a favorite mode within the esports community because of its fast-paced, aggressive nature. This mode features 2 teams clashing in an attempt to score a satellite drone into an enemy's floating uplink station. The drone will be spawned in a neutral point between players' locations. Players must then get to the spawn location to fight over control of the drone. Every drone thrown through the uplink station scores 1 point. However, 2 points are awarded if the drone is carried through the goal. Uplink forces players to push into enemy territories and to hold their position. The player with the drone loses their equipped weapon, but gains an additional protective armor, assisting them while their guard is down. After 2 rounds, alternating between map sides, the team with the most points wins the match. Uplink brings on a whole new aggressive gameplay that requires players to solidify their teamwork and conquer map control.
Thank you, gentlemen. We are here for the Theater Rewind. Courage joined by Revan. We're highlighting Crim6 this week. Had 2 monster plays. One in the Optic Gaming versus Luminosity matchup. Yep. The other one here in Optic Envy. You saw a little bit of the highlights there, but we're going to break it down a little bit more in depth. But first, Revan, we're going to get started with your play. It happened on day 1 of this week. Break down the scenario for me. What really went so well for Crim6?
All right, so the setting is Stronghold capture the flag. Optic Gaming versus Luminosity. We're at, around 6 minutes, 50 seconds into the game. Optic Gaming with a 1-0 lead, but Luminosity, they set up a 4-man push towards the Optic base to get the flag out. Of course, that means that nobody could watch the overextension, and that's exactly what Crimsix is going to exploit here. So as he overextends from the bunker respawn, puts himself in a pretty good position here to go for the flag return. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here just because I want to show you guys what these LG guys have to work with as they're trying to tie the game up. So you see John, he actually has Crimsix dead in his sights right here. He's got the Annihilator out. Saints has a Heat Wave available. And also, as we move over to replays, the flag carrier, he's got the sights. So you could say they're pretty beefed up as they're trying to get this flag in. Let me just go ahead and slow it down for you as the Annihilator shot misses. Crimsix finds the flag carrier, takes down the sight, takes on the Annihilator. He's got one more play to take care of. That Saints with the Heat Wave gets both him and Scump with it, but through the Heat Wave, he manages to pick up the kill. Optic Gaming get the flag return and the cap after that. But let me just back it up real quick and give you guys a better angle of this.
And one thing to point out, too, replays, if he gets this kill here, earns himself streaks as well. And the game's tied.
All right, so as we move into free cam, you see kind of all the LG players in their setup. Pretty close-quartered area, so they all just kind of stack up here. You see the sight bullets miss, the Annihilator shot comes in, that which as well. The flag carrier dies, the Annihilator falls. Then as Saints moves in for the Heat Wave, he ultimately dies at the hands of Crim6. As that is a huge play for Optic Gaming, allows them to not only get the flag return, they get the counter cap after this. But that wraps up for my play in CTF. What do you have for us here in Hardpoint?
Obviously, Crim going monster in that one. That secured Optic Gaming the 3-1 victory. But now, the Optic Gaming versus Envy Hardpoint, it was really one of my favorite maps to watch this whole week that we saw.
This is a crazy game.
Now you're looking at this and you're going, Jack, why are you highlighting this? Optics in the lead. You know, they have the final 7 seconds on this hill.
Late on rotation.
They're late on rotation. Here's where Crim's teammates are. They've got Karma fully pushed up. He's right outside the cage's hardpoint. You've got Scump and Formal right near construction. Now, Crim6 goes monster in this play, yes, but as time begins to move forward, the player you need to highlight as Crim waits out, the time is Formal. You'll see right here. Karma and Scump begin to move towards the back lab area, obviously to anchor the spawns for that hard point. Formal essentially not really baits out his teammates, but kind of lets them
They're
be
just ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly. Lets them be the kind of the first line of defense for this push. As Formal goes to peek up, he checks his back corridor, so as Crim comes back over, there's no way they can get three-pieced from a flank. Makes sense, right? Well, in this time, Slasher kills both Scump and Karma, but this is the engagement that wins Optic Gaming this map. Right here. I got to watch Crim's video. He put out a video about this exact scenario today, showing their perspective. All they were saying in the Optic Gaming communications, Formal stay alive, Formal stay alive.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, exactly. If he loses this gunfight here, he spawns all the way out. Optic Gaming barely have an opportunity to break. Instead, though, snaps right on the Slasher, gets the kill. And while he does die right after, look where this spawns Slasher on the map. He could not be further away
all the way across
from the hard point he needs to be at. And now you're saying, well, yes, he dies. That doesn't have his teammate spawns, but it did. Look where Crim6 spawns back up at. He's right near this back lab area. He'll begin to push into the hard point. Envy within 5 seconds of winning at this stage. Optic know they have one last chance to break. There's the two-piece from Crim6. Gets camo as well. Challenges the third. Finds the kill. And here's the final bit of communication from Optic Gaming. At this moment, they've got Scump playing top middle. He's getting the cuts they need. Crim's still on the hard point. He knows, all right, I need to either watch top AC or help Formal watch this small side door. So he does that momentarily. Formal's there for the kills as well. And it all falls into place for Optic Gaming as they win it 250 to 247. But, hey, there's one more player that I just kind of have to highlight on this one, and it's going to be Slasher from Envious. We saw, you know, hey, he had a presence in this hard point. He goes to rotate over, right? He rotates to this next hill. He's got shots in top middle, gets taken down. Goes to rotate back over again, gets in the hard point, gets this two-piece to the back. So you're thinking, oh, Slasher's in a great spot, right?
This is a huge two-piece,
exactly.
too.
Massive, massive. This is where he goes and challenges Formal. He loses this engagement, and look where he spawns, across the map. So I'm going to keep it going.
I'm coming, guys.
Here he comes. Here
Stay
he comes.
alive. I'm coming.
Running back over, gets top mid, dies to Formal again. Spawns back up. Guys, I'm coming. Here I come. I'm almost back to the hard point. I'm almost there. I can challenge again to help you guys out. Who's around the corner? But Formal again. Formal made
rough.
Slasher a non-factor on that hard point, and was really why Optic Gaming were able to come back into it and secure that victory. It's small things like that that in the action of the moment, you don't really get to spot. It's a lot for the casters to pick up on. Heck, even the players might not even notice it, but that's why we highlighted here in the Theater Rewind. That's going to do it for this week. Let's send it back over to Maven and Matt to finish out the show.
Welcome back, guys, to the Call of Duty World League, and we're trying to resolve some issues here. As always, I'm Alex Machine Richardson, this guy's Phil Momo Whitfield. Do you want to try and explain, or shall I?
You can.
Okay, so, due to some unforeseen circumstances, players unable to reconnect, LDLC have had a long kind of discussion with both our admins and Millennium, and have chosen to forfeit the game.
They basically said, due to the standings, and it isn't going to affect anything. LDLC did everything they could to try and stay in the game.
Yep.
They did everything they could. They restarted the game. They wanted the practice. It's really unfortunate that this has happened. They've had to forfeit. I have to have so much respect for LDLC.
I mean, hence our tweets, right?
Yeah,
these
both of us
guys.
tweeted, got a lot of love for LDLC and the individuals and as a team and as an organisation. Great guys. They wanted the fair game, and
they've been looking good recently as well. It's been so fun to see them
Yeah.
against Millennium, just to see, how far away they are.
Exactly, and they need all the practice they can get going into this relegation. And from me, I wish them the best of luck doing that as well. But it's a bit of a disappointment.
It's very bitter and less sweet. But what that does mean is that our next game is going to be coming up a little sooner than normal, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be between Vitality and Infused, and this is going to be a crucial game when it comes to the standings. Basically, Vitality have to win. This is their final opportunity to secure that 6th spot.
Yeah, Vitality at the moment, they're sitting pretty at 7 wins. They're at the same level as the other 2 teams, but they have this game in hand that TCM don't. If they win, they go through simply on win percentage.
Yeah.
If they lose, I think the map win percentage will favour TCM. Of course, we'll bring you those standings just to give you a reminder. Of course, at the moment they're in the 6th spot. And I must remind you, they must win today, even though TCM are sitting at 8th. Excuse me, that map win percentage will come to bite them in the bum if they do lose here. 42.9 for Vitality, 45.6 for TCM. Of course, we've not seen Giants yet. They can still qualify. If Vitality lose today versus Infused, and Giants take the victory later on, they can still qualify. Of course, LDLC there sitting at 9th, thinking, I just wanted a little bit more practice.
It would have been great for them just to give it a go and to see what they can do, of course, and see what they're capable of coming into those qualifiers. But once again, we reiterate, LDLC giving the win to Millennium, conceding in that one, and they're going to be now preparing themselves for the offline the relegation stages, where they're going to be competing not only with the teams present in that relegation, but also the best teams from the Challenger, which has, of course, been playing. I've got another event this weekend. If you want to sign up, you can do. callofduty.com/esports. You'll be able to find the links there, or head over to the very specific ESL URL, which we did drop down yesterday. You'll be able to find that over at callofduty.com/esports for all of the info.
Get involved.
Go do that. Do it right now. Because we are unfortunately not going to be able to give you this next game immediately, and that's just because, of course, scheduling. These are 4 different players on either side that have to be present. You can't just click your fingers and be sat in front of your console, so they have to now prepare themselves for this match.
Yeah, we've obviously had to say to the guys, Vitality Infused, look, the other game has been postponed. It's been forfeited by LDLC. Are you ready? And some of them aren't. Some of them are, which is great to see the commitment and everything. But you've got to understand, they can't be ready at a click of a finger. So we'll get them all. We'll get the troops gathered, and we'll get into the game very soon.
Yeah, well, we're going to gather our forces then, get the Frenchmen and their opponents Infused back in and ready. It's going to be Infused versus Vitality, a battle of France versus England, historical, and we're going to be seeing them battle it out very, very shortly. We are just getting them back in ready for this one, guys. I hope you are going to stick with us, and do be sure to stay tuned, because we're bringing you Vitality Infused, Battle of Survival after this.
Thank you, gentlemen. We are here for the Theater Rewind, Courage joined by Revan. We're highlighting Crimsix this week. Had 2 monster plays. One in the Optic Gaming versus Luminosity matchup.
Yep.
The other one here in Optic Envy. You saw a little bit of the highlights there, but we're going to break it down a little bit more in depth. But first, Revan, we're going to get started with your play. It happened on day 1 of this week. Break down the scenario for me. What really went so well for Crimsix?
All right, so the setting is Stronghold, capture the flag. Optic Gaming versus Luminosity. We're at, around 6 minutes, 50 seconds into the game. Optic Gaming with a 1-0 lead, but Luminosity, they set up a 4-man push towards the Optic base to get the flag out. Of course, that means that nobody could watch the overextension, and that's exactly what Crimsix is going to exploit here. So as he overextends from the bunker respawn, puts himself in a pretty good position here to, go for the flag return. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here just because I want to show you guys what these LG guys have to work with as they're trying to tie the game up. So you see John, he actually has Crimsix dead in his sights right here. He's got the Annihilator out. Saints has a Heatwave available. And also, as we move over to replays, the flag carrier, he's got the sights. So you could say they're pretty beefed up as they're trying to get this flag in. Let me just go ahead and slow it down for you as the Annihilator shot misses. Crimsix finds the flag carrier, takes down the sight, takes down the Annihilator. He's got one more player to take care of. That Saints with the Heat Wave gets both him and Scump with it, but through the Heat Wave, he manages to pick up the kill. Optic Gaming get the flag return and the cap after that. Let me just back it up real quick and give you guys a better angle of this.
And one thing to point out, too, replays, if he gets this kill here, earns himself streaks as well. And the game's tied.
All right, so as we move into free cam, you see kind of all the LG players in their setup. Pretty close quartered area, so they all just kind of stack up here. You see the sight bullets miss, the Annihilator shot comes in, that whiffs as well. The flag carrier dies, the Annihilator falls. Then as Saints moves in for the Heat Wave, he ultimately dies at the hands of Crim6. As that is a huge play for Optic Gaming, allows them to not only get the flag return, they get the counter cap after this. But that wraps it up for my play in CTF. What do you have for us here in Hardpoint?
Obviously, Crim going monster in that one. That secured Optic Gaming the 3-1 victory. But now, the Optic Gaming versus Envy Hardpoint, it was really one of my favorite maps to watch this whole week that we saw.
This was a crazy game.
Now you're looking at this and you're going, Jack, why are you highlighting this? Optic's in the lead. You know, they have the final 7 seconds on this hill.
Late on rotation.
They're late on rotation. Here's where Crim's teammates are. They've got Karma fully pushed up. He's right outside the cage's hardpoint. You've got Scump and Formal right near construction. Now, Crim6 goes monster in this play, yes, but as time begins to move forward, the player you need to highlight as Crim waits out, the time is Formal. You'll see right here. Karma and Scump begin to move towards the back lab area, obviously to anchor the spawns for that hard point.
Yeah.
Formal essentially not really baits out his teammates, but kind of lets them
They're
be
just ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly. Lets them be the kind of the first line of defense for this push. As Formal goes to peek up, he checks his back corridor, so as Crim comes back over, there's no way they can get three-pieced from a flank. Makes sense, right? Well, in this time, Slasher kills both Scump and Karma, but this is the engagement that wins Optic Gaming this map. Right here. I got to watch Crim's video. He put out a video about this exact scenario today, showing their perspective. All they were saying in the Optic Gaming communications, Formal stay alive, Formal stay alive.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, exactly. If he loses this gunfight here, he spawns all the way out. Optic Gaming barely have an opportunity to break. Instead, though, snaps right on the Slasher, gets the kill. And while he does die right after, look where this spawns Slasher on the map. He could not be further away,
all the way across
from the hard point he needs to be at. And now you're saying, well, yes, he dies. That doesn't have his teammate spawns, but it did. Look where Crim6 spawns back up at. He's right near this back lab area. He'll begin to push into the hard point. Envy within 5 seconds of winning at this stage. Optic know they have one last chance to break. There's the two-piece from Crim6. Gets camo as well. Challenges the third. Finds the kill. And here's the final bit of communication from Optic Gaming. At this moment, they've got Scump playing top middle. He's getting the cuts they need. Crim's still in the hard point. He knows, all right, I need to either watch top AC or help Formal watch this small side door, so he does that momentarily. Formal's there for the kills as well, and it all falls into place for Optic Gaming as they win it 250 to 247. But hey, there's one more player that I just kind of have to highlight on this one, and it's going to be Slasher from Envious. We saw, you know, hey, he had a presence in this hard point. He goes to rotate over, right? He rotates to this next hill. He's got shots in top middle, gets taken down. Goes to rotate back over again, gets in the hard point, gets this two-piece to the back. So you're thinking, oh, Slasher's in a great spot, right?
This is a huge two-piece,
exactly.
too.
Massive, massive. This is where he goes and challenges Formal. He loses this engagement, and look where he spawns across the map. So I'm going to keep it going.
I'm coming, guys.
Here he comes. Here
Stay
he comes.
alive. I'm coming.
Running back over, gets top mid, dies to Formal again. Spawns back up. Guys, I'm coming. Here I go. I'm almost back to the hard point. I'm almost there. I can challenge again to help you guys out. Who's around the corner? But Formal again. Formal made rough. Slasher a non-factor on that hard point, and was really why Optic Gaming were able to come back into it and secure that victory. It's small things like that that in the action of the moment, you don't really get to spot. It's a lot for the casters to pick up on. Heck, even the players might not even notice it, but that's why we highlighted here in the Theater Rewind. That's going to do it for this week. Let's send it back over to Maven and Matt to finish up. Gentlemen, yes, another episode of Theater Rewind here. This series went all the distance. We had the pleasure of being a part of casting it here on the primary stream. Now, we do have that Looney clip pulled up. You've also got a big Chino play that happened in Game 4. So we're going to get right into the action. We're going to get things started. Round 1 of the Search and Destroy on evac. You saw how quick this happened when we watched that little replay of the clips there, but Revan already at the start. Looney comes in, and look at how fast his whole team dies.
He just watched his carnage right in front of his eyes. All of his teammates died. Yeah. He's all alone. And look at the red dots on the minimap. Like, there are players pushing him from all angles. Like, it's nice to be able to slow things down here in theater.
Exactly. So 10 seconds of the round, his whole team is dead, and now here's where he's got to make a decision. He's got to eliminate the amount of areas he can get shot from. So you'll see, he'll cook a nade, he tosses it to his left.
That cuts off the staircase.
And watch this first hit marker he gets right there. It hits the opponent. It bounces off of him, which lets him know someone's got to be pushing his left. So he kills Happy, and look at the shot transition. He doesn't stop shooting. Gets the second kill, and he goes and he hides. And this is what I love about the play. He watches his back. He sits here for a bunch of seconds, waits to see if the trade comes in, and then Revan, he makes a decision that winds up helping him clutch this 1v4. He rotates all the way around the side of the map. What is a thought process here from a pro player in this standpoint?
Well, whenever you're in a situation like this, you have to realize that the defense, they should know the bomb is down, and they're going to be playing around that. Yeah. Since it's a 2-on-1, they're going to be trying to work their numerical advantage to the best of their ability. And this is where Looney, like, this is the play that ends the round. Like, he hits his first shot.
He gets around
the players in the corner to is right here.
Hits the shots of the player, slides in, and that's what actually winds up helping him win this round. He ducks behind cover because he knew a trade would come in, and now watch how he re-peeks this area, gets some shots, and I slowed it down a little bit. You can see the hit markers coming in.
Twice in this engagement.
Reloads it again, and finally kills off Chino. We'll go and quickly see what it looked like from Chino's perspective in this corner. As time comes in, he's waiting for his teammate. His teammate gets shot. He turns a corner. That's how Looney gets away. And now look at how awkward it is for Chino, because they're soaring around.
I don't like that challenge from Chino, man.
Yeah.
Just back up. You have all the position in the world to work with. No need to challenge Looney right there.
Now that was from game 2. Now we're going to hop over to your game. This is now with Rise up 2-1. The final seconds of the CTF. Revan, walk me through what happened here.
Yeah, so right now in this scenario, let me just paint the setting for you guys. It's 1-1. Earlier in this game, a little bit before this clip happened, Slack was able to earn full score streaks. So he had a lightning strike. He used that. Still has the Hellstorm missile available. So let's take a look at this through Chino's point of view. Takes out the scythe. And look at this. Hellstorm missile gets called in. No hesitation. Looks right up in the air. Shoots it out of the sky. That's something we saw a lot, you know, during Black Ops 2 players, you know, taking down the Hellstorm missile with EMPs, shooting it down. So real quick, because he's able to shoot down that Hellstorm missile, Happy's running the flag. So look right here. He has a clear lane to run with. He's going to go ahead and run it forward. But right here, he takes fire. He's going to die right here. And look how close that red dot is. You know, as Happy dies, there's not a lot of distance that needs to be covered from to get the return.
Go right for that return, yeah.
Yeah. So going back to Chino, he is now puts himself in a position to make a play happen. As you go here, finds one on the wall run, takes out the second, and I need to slow down here because he just completely destroys Slack. Picks up the flag while he's taking fire, shuts down Slack, earns full score streaks. Those aren't even going to come into play because he has 3 teammates right next to him. He's going to run into flag, and at this point in time, there's like 20 seconds remaining in the game.
That's it.
DT, I mean, even if Rise was in a position to maybe pull a flag and make her unhappy, he's got full score streaks to work with. There's no way they're getting anywhere, you know, out of the base with that flag.
Oh, absolutely. And while that was such a great play from Chino, unfortunately, DT still went on to lose in a frustrating Game 5. We were talking about it. We feel like we say that every single time there's a Dream Team loss in the league right now. We'll see if they can begin to clutch up here in the coming weeks. But that's going to do it for this segment of Theater Rewind. Let's send it back over to Maven, Matt, and Matt for more insight on North America. Ready to go. And oh my God, Crim6, you're going to have to be a monster right here. Gets one. The Annihilators are. Gets 2. One more to beat. He wait. Oh my God, Crim6 gets all 3.
This was not what they ordered. He could still finish though. It's on to Toho, 3 seconds. No. Whalers saves the day. It's Tempest City and Vitality finish in 3.
Oh my goodness, we gotta see it on the kill cam, thank goodness, because I couldn't keep up. This is a game changing and a series changing. It was actually the connection, I believe, that tagged him up. It was. Oh my goodness, Whalers with the 3-piece there.
There is one player sitting top AC that needs that call from his teammates. He's gonna go get the kill. He should get this pass right now.
Does he go for the dunk or I think the one-pointer?
One. Oh, he messed up his movement. Oh, picked off. We were speechless there.
still defensive work from Rated. He has that HVK and has been using it so damn well to give him all of his 34 frags. But now they go for the line. Oh, he's got it!
Slide was that?
What on earth? He was right in the face of adversity, but he's done it. Alongside both methods, and what was Legend, but Legend's going to go and get another one this time. So he was under pressure, and how does he get that? How do you get kills like that? Turns around, takes Brain down, he's looking for another one up, and he's going to get it as well. Zed goes down. We said Toa likes to work with that MR6, and now he's got 4 in a row. Still no drone control. It's weird to see so many kills. Oh, Toa! Oh, Toa with the MR6. Just a pistol, 20 bullets in the chamber, and he's taken 7 down with it.
I'm Mark Bryceland, aka Marky B, and I play for Team Infused. I'm also the captain of the squad. My teammates are Zero, PT and Urban. When this team first came about, it was sort of random as such because there was a lot of different squads bouncing about, and I wouldn't really say we were the leftovers, but I think that it was just one of those teams that just got sort of flung together for an event, and it sort of worked out.
I'm the picky one, to be honest, in the team. If I see something wrong, I'm going to say what's wrong. The way we react to it is like a good environment, and unlike any other team I've been in, where we actually try to get better as a team rather than just try and benefit ourselves.
I talk to these guys on a daily basis. They're some of my best friends, and I see them and talk to them more than some of my better friends that I know from real life as such.
We've got a lot of chemistry because we've teamed together for the longest in Europe, so it's just overall it's like good vibes within the team.
As a team, we're all great friends in game and out.
If I could pick an all-star team, I'd just pick these guys.
My first LAN event was Modern Warfare 2. I went there with my mum. She rocked up and everybody's looking around like, oh, there's Buzzo. He brought his mum with him. I ended up placing second. I mean, there was an 8-team event, and it's just the experience, you know what I mean?
Ever since 2013, my first LAN, I never expected I'd be going to LA twice, Paris, Gfinity, all around Australia. Like, you think you just like, oh, I'll win a few competitions online, a few $100, but I've been able to we won 15 grand last year, travel the world. Like, you can't ask for much more, really.
My own personal goal is just to become the best, be that household name. I just continue to strive and work towards that and eventually make it on the big stage.
We're at the moment, we've got the 3 best teammates and friends that I could basically ask for as players. I mean, we all have the same goals, same personalities, we all want to win, we're all on the same page, same line, whatever you want to call it.
I came 6th at COD Champs, probably the highlight of my career so far, but there's still so much more I can do.
All 4 of us have that same competitive nature. We all want to win and be the best in Australia. So as soon as we get that one, hiccup and hurdle, it really cuts us deep. I mean, we try not to show it too much, but we are hurting inside. Whether it's money on the line, no money on the line, it really does suck.
Once you put in the hours and you actually get to that top level, it's honestly so rewarding.
I'm confident in my own personal skill level. I mean, if anyone isn't and they're playing at an event like this, I don't think you should really be here.
Not going to happen this time. Kataga hits the deck and brings out the HCXD.
Oh, no.
We got the perfect view of that one. And the driver got taught a lesson or two as his HCXD.
What are we seeing here? We're seeing 4 go through the middle. I feel like I should go on board. Oh my goodness. I'm going on board with someone else because...
Shame on shame. They got the scrap from middle and they're going to be getting the opening points here. Oh, Marky B massacre. PT and Urban are frowning towards him.
In the middle of the map. Now you're going to have Elevate going on a fast offensive push. Oh, look at that! What is Spacely looking at?
Who could fall off the map the most?
It would be Kleister by a landslide. I caught stats. Keep track. Oh, look, he's just... yeah, you thought I was... Clay! What are you doing? Are you serious? Oh, my God!
He's got to be trolling us.
You've got to be kidding me right there. We were just talking about it, and he finds a new way.
Be still, please, don't you dare go mad! Oh my God, Legend's brain is splattered across the map.
Able's going to have a big defensive stand here as they come in. There's one. He saw the player on the bomb as well. I believe pops the kinetic, and now he's going to fly. There's no with the melee. Oh, attach, you filthy, filthy man. All of a sudden, 1v1, round 11, 40 seconds on the clock. Attach versus Slack. Bomb is down.
Attach trying to push this onto the bomb side. He actually catches Slack, and he's able to win the gunfight.
Zerg very well could pick up this round. We could see TCM pick up 2-0. They need to be defusing now. They are. This is a one shot. He needs to hit. He gets it. It's beautiful stuff from Zerg.
Just getting even.
So you got 2-2 who's going under? I'm trying to see. It's Nagafin underneath. He's going to flank right behind. Nagafin with the play of the night. He's able to grab one. Able to grab two. Does he get three? Picks up three. Nagafin with the routes.
Competing is what I live for. People think it's so easy and you can just put an hour or two a day into it and it'll just magically happen. It's not like that. You have to be very dedicated. You have to really put your heart and soul into it and hope that it evolves into being a pro gamer. I'm the captain of the competitive team, so I do a lot of the out-of-game stuff, the inviting people to teams, talking about things that we need to work on. You do have to sacrifice quite a bit of time and a lot of different things to really become a professional gamer. There's been holidays like Thanksgiving where I'm down there for an hour eating dinner, and I'd be right back up there practicing again with my team, trying to get better. All of my family is in Pennsylvania. I live in Chicago with my girlfriend. I'll go back maybe once or twice throughout the year to visit and catch up with all of them. But they know that I'm doing what I love and they're very supportive of it. My favorite thing about what I do is definitely competing. People screaming and cheering every time a play was made. Even with those sound-canceling headsets, you can still hear the crowd just going absolutely insane. And it really sends shivers throughout your whole body because it's really a surreal experience. There's nothing like it.
Outside of the game, it's just laughs and a lot of fun. We're all similar interests in terms of things outside of the game. I'll be friends with them even if I weren't teaming with them.
They're humble, they're down to earth. I love the loyalty that they have, and I love the supportiveness.
It's just a lifelong friendship I've created with these guys that through gaming, and it's just awesome.
We have Nameless, who's our captain, who's also another shot caller.
Just a cool guy, man, all around.
Marcus, also known as Miracles. He's a really good submachine gun player, so he's a slayer for us. He's the guy who just go in and kill everyone.
Ricky's always been a part of that group of friends.
I'm a really good vocal leader. When they need someone to make a play call, that's where I come in. And then Parasite's just a really smart player.
Parasite and Mir have won a world championship together. Me, Rick, and Parasite have won a tournament together.
I'm not too worried when it comes to the competition aspect. Our biggest enemy is ourselves. The heat of the moment in the game, and we're all really passionate about winning, and people screw up, we tend to kind of butt heads.
You have to be really a communicator, a team leader.
We're very strategic and tactical. We watch a lot of people's streams. We watch a lot of other teams play. And our search and destroy game is top tier. So I think that that's something that definitely holds us apart from all the rest of the teams. And I think it gives us an edge.
I love the tactics. I love all the strategy. I want to place first, man, through the whole year. I just want to be on top again, man. I miss the feeling.
It's been this amazing defensive play and pressure coming out of Elevate, and now they potentially have a score. There's nobody there to stop it. This one, no, there is. Annihilator! The Annihilator! What is this? He's there. He gets shut down. Are they going to be able to score? It's just Apathy by himself. There's one more in the back. Now they're going to have a return with the play of the night. He's able to grab one. Able to grab two. Does he get three? Picks up three. Nagafin with the routes. What move did we see him go underneath? I saw him with the X-ray vision just below him. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to wrap right underneath. That was disgusting from Nagafin.
So if they try and challenge something,
there's the Heat Wave. Who comes forward? He has no one. Karma, Scum, Formal, they're all coming against Apathy by himself. And that's it. It's shut down.
Other team's person who's putting up the most kills is standing in your spawn, killing you over and over again. You're not having a good game.
No, not having fun. This isn't fun for DT right now.
I can understand why those teams you coached did well.
Yeah, I told them the basics. If you want to win, look, it's going to be complex. And how is he going to play this?
He may catch some perfect timing here.
This could definitely be perfect. There's one. Does he challenge the second? The wall run's going to come in from the right. I don't know if you saw that player jump over the bomb. He's still able to sniper. They're playing slow, like you said. And there he's able to connect. Like you said, and there he's able to connect.
It's going to be 2-on-1 here. Never mind. Legal.
The guys from Apotheon, a couple of players dropped the shot there from Excite. He got there in the end. Players looking to contest a little bit more forward there as well from them. As he pushes on forward, he's looking for these players. Whereabouts for these players can be located. Spots one, spots the second, gets the shot. There's the triple kill.
What you got for us, please? And no, not going to happen. Tommy straight away finds the head and a second as well, shredding through the assault. And that's a third. He's lining them all up. There's one man. It is the bomb carrier. We have to see if Jays is going to steal this ace away from Tommy, because it doesn't look likely. He's going to pull out the SVG and the VMP. He's got them both. Jays draws blood and it makes it very clear that this potentially could happen. The glitch! Oh, Tommy! He brings it home in style.
armor. Going to get popped here by Miracles as Complexity. They're going for this last second pull. 15 seconds remaining on the timer. Miracles has his flag in. He's going to be running this one right up the middle of the map. Big kills need to be made by Ricky right here. Needs to shut down this push from H2K. Finds one. Trying to follow it up once again. He gets shut down. Time starting to wind down.
Nikes. Can
He's
you
got to
get there?
go. Can he hit it? 1 second.
Get the
He
gets it through, and that is a clutch G-slide there.
The rotation has reset, and Nimble managing to stay on top of the map, picking up the kill. Going forward, his team getting a double. The War Machine out from Azzy there as well, might add, before he got shut down. Nimble just able to clean up and complete the kills. 25 points away, I might add, from his score streaks. Scratch that, he's already got him.
Stop it, Nimble!
Yeah.
He's going to dodge one. He's going to heat wave another.
Oh my God.
What in the world?
Where's the return? He gets that as well. Diabolic is a monster. 3-2 advantage for DT. He's still killing people. Diabolic is on a rampage. 5 streak. That was unbelievable stuff as DT takes the lead.
Being a part of the Call of Duty competitive scene has honestly been almost a life-changing experience for me. I love everything about it. It's the connections you make with your teammates, with all these other pro players, with the fans that you meet at these events. We're all hanging out, we're all having a good time. I started off playing video games at a very young age, so I always knew growing up that I really enjoyed video games. I finally got introduced into MLG and saw the tournaments and saw that there's people playing for thousands of dollars and stuff like that. And I remember thinking in my head, I want to do that. I'm a slayer, which means I just kill as many people as I can. I'm mainly supporting my teammates who are doing all that objective work. I went through a bit of a low point in my career at the very beginning of Advanced Warfare, this past Call of Duty. I was on Optic Gaming for an entire year during Call of Duty Ghost. Optic Gaming is kind of the pinnacle of Call of Duty organizations in terms of fan support. And then I ended up getting dropped at the very beginning of Advanced Warfare before we'd even played together, before we'd even scrimmaged. I understand now where they were coming from. When you have the chance to get 2 high-caliber players like Formal and Crim6, it's kind of a no-brainer. But looking back on it, you know, I kind of got released in a really, really unfortunate way. We played him at Call of Duty Championships, and I said that tweet, throw me to the Wolves and I'll come back leading the pack, because the team I was on Denial was called the Wolf Pack, and so it worked out perfectly in terms of us being the Wolf Pack, and they threw me to the Wolves at the beginning of the game, and, you know, at the end, we ended up beating them and winning that $1 million tournament.
My team is myself, Karma, Scump, and Crim6. They've been Call of Duty gods for as long as I've known about Call of Duty.
We have like 4 of the best Call of Duty players to ever touch the game on consoles.
Crim is more the in-game leader. He goes over and gives the most advice.
Scump will be the guy who's just always throwing a joke in there, like just to like lighten up the mood. And Karma's just the guy who, when you know he's talking, it's something serious.
Then you have Formal, who's our AR player or assault rifle player. He's more of sit back, hold lanes. We go at each other's necks a little bit online. We're gonna fight, we're gonna butt heads, we're gonna have arguments. We're not gonna agree all the time.
Whenever there is a tense argument going on, I'm usually the guy that's like, bro, let's just relax. We're just 4 best friends.
We have a great time in and out of the game.
Goal this year is sort of to get revenge for last year. I think that everyone is still pissed off about the whole 7th place thing.
Going in with the best team that I've had at a Call of Duty Championships to have my worst placing, it was heartbreaking.
We made it to the finals of every tournament but that tournament.
No one else thought they could beat us. No one thought they could even touch us at a thing.
That's probably the most mad I've ever been in my life.
I think we all kind of learned last year what not to do this year. There's no way that we're going to have to happen again.
Gentlemen, yes, another episode of Theater Rewind here. This series went all the distance. We had the pleasure of being a part of casting it here on the primary stream. Now, we do have that Looney clip pulled up. You've also got a big Chino play that happened in Game 4. So we're going to get right into the action. We're going to get things started. Round 1 of the Search and Destroy on evac. You saw how quick this happened when we watched that little replay of the clips there. But, Revan, already at the start, Looney comes in, and look at how fast this whole team dies.
He just watches Carnage right in front of his eyes. All of his teammates die. He's all alone. And look at the red dots on the minimap. Like, there are players pushing him from all angles. Like, it's nice to be able to slow things down here in theater.
Exactly. So 10 seconds of the round, his whole team is dead. And now here's where he's got to make a decision. He's got to eliminate the amount of areas he can get shot from. So you'll see. He'll cook a nade. He tosses it to his left.
That cuts off the staircase.
And watch this first hit marker he gets right there. It hits the opponent. It bounces off of him, which lets him know someone's got to be pushing his left. So he kills Happy, and look at the shot transition. He doesn't stop shooting. Gets the second kill, and he goes and he hides. And this is what I love about the play. He watches his back. He sits here for a bunch of seconds, waits to see if the trade comes in. And then Revan, he makes a decision that winds up helping him clutch this 1v4. He rotates all the way around the side of the map. What is a thought process here from a pro player in this standpoint?
Well, whenever you're in a situation like this, you have to realize that the defense, they should know the bomb is down, and they're going to be playing around that. Since it's a 2-on-1, they're going to be trying to work their numerical advantage to the best of their ability. And this is where Looney, like, this is the play that ends the round. Like, he hits his first shot. We already know the players in the corner to his right here.
Hits the shots of the player, slides in, and that's what actually winds up helping him win this round. He ducks behind cover because he knew a trade would come in, and now watch how he re-peeks this area, gets some shots, and I slowed it down a little bit. You can see the hit markers coming in.
Twice in this engagement.
Reloads it again, and finally kills off Chino. We'll go and quickly see what it looked like from Chino's perspective in this corner. As time comes in, he's waiting for his teammate. His teammate gets shot. He turns a corner. That's how Looney gets away. And now look at how awkward it is for Chino, because they're soaring around.
I don't like that challenge from Chino, man.
Yeah.
Just back up. You have all the position in the world to work with. No need to challenge Looney right there.
Now that was from game 2. Now we're going to hop over to your game. This is now with Rise up 2-1. The final seconds of the CTF. Revan, walk me through what happened here.
Yeah, so right now in this scenario, let me just paint the setting for you guys. It's 1-1. Earlier in this game, a little bit before this clip happened, Slack was able to earn full score streaks. So he had a lightning strike. He used that. Still has the Hellstorm missile available. So let's take a look at this through Chino's point of view. Takes out the scythe. And look at this. Hellstorm missile gets called in. No hesitation. Looks right up in the air. Shoots it out of the sky. That's something we saw a lot, you know, during Black Ops 2 players, you know, taking down the Hellstorm missile with the EMPs, shooting it down. So real quick, because he's able to shoot down that Hellstorm missile, Happy's running the flag. So look right here. He has a clear lane to run with. He's going to go ahead and run it forward. But right here, he takes fire. He's going to die right here. And look how close that red dot is. You know, as Happy dies, there's not a lot of distance that needs to be covered from.
They go right for that return, yeah.
Yeah. So going back to Chino, he now puts himself in a position to make a play happen. As you go here, finds one on the wall run, takes out the second, and I need to slow down here because he just completely destroys Slack. Picks up the flag while he's taking fire, shuts down Slack, earns full score streaks. Those aren't even going to come into play because he has 3 teammates right next to him. He's going to run into flag, and at this point in time, there's like 20 seconds remaining in the game.
That's it.
DT, I mean, even if Rise was in a position to maybe pull a flag and make her unhappy, he's got full score streaks to work with. There's no way they're getting anywhere, you know, out of the base with that flag.
Oh, absolutely. And while that was such a great play from Chino, unfortunately, DT still went on to lose in a frustrating Game 5. We were talking about it. We feel like we say that every single time there's a Dream Team loss in the league right now. We'll see if they can begin to clutch up here in the coming weeks. But that's going to do it for this segment of Theater Rewind. Let's send it back over to Maven, Matt, and Matt for more insight.
Uplink is a favorite mode within the esports community because of its fast-paced, aggressive nature. This mode features 2 teams clashing in an attempt to score a satellite drone into an enemy's floating uplink station. The drone will be spawned in a neutral point between players' locations. Players must then get to the spawn location to fight over control of the drone. Every drone thrown through the uplink station scores 1 point. However, 2 points are awarded if the drone is carried through the goal. Uplink forces players to push into enemy territories and to hold their position. The player with the drone loses their equipped weapon, but gains an additional protective armor, assisting them while their guard is down. After 2 rounds, alternating between map sides, the team with the most points wins the match. Uplink brings on a whole new aggressive gameplay that requires players to solidify their teamwork and conquer map control. Welcome to Week 5 of the Call of Duty World League. The teams from all 3 regions put it all out on the line as the intense action returned for another round of thrilling multiplayer matchups.
It's a goal. 3! Grabs a 4th as well. Method's going huge. There's 5. Can he get a 6
In Europe this week, we saw Team Infuse go head-to-head with the top-ranked teams.
We had so many big games here.
In their Day 1 match, Infuse took on Europe's #1 team, Millennium.
I thought we'd be seeing this SMG make an appearance in such a crucial game between these two teams. Jerd, however, teaches PT a lesson with his own SMG, this time the VMP.
It all came down to Urban from Infuse to make one final push in the closing moments of the game.
The support of his teammates, and this is the only person stopping this is Tommy right now.
Tommy either needs to... Oh, good God, he's gone down. Good, Infuse turn this around again. 10 seconds. They're making the run. Urban, what can you do? He's going to get shot. Oh my God. He's getting away with it. It's going to be 2-1 and Infuse are going to pick up the series. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
This led to a final 3-1 match win overall for Infuse and left Millennium questioning their tactics.
Coming off the heels of their previous victory, Infuse went up against Epsilon, the #2 team in the rankings. Zero of Infuse put down the sniper rifle this week to display some phenomenal uplink runs. Zero showed nothing but grace as he flew through the map to score one drone after another.
This is a beautiful route from Zero. This could be 2. And it is. What?
This led his team to a 3-1 victory in uplink and an overall record in the Pro Division of 7-3. Also winning both of their matchups this week, Splice grabbed the second place spot. There's blood in the water this week after an upset loss to Infuse, but Millennium still remains in the top spot. Epsilon, Splice, and Infuse are circling, waiting to take that coveted #1 spot in the European standings.
Bringing you all of the updates from the ANZ Pro Division.
Mindfreak closed the gap between first and second place as they defeated Team Immunity in a hard-fought 3-2 match in their Day 1 meeting.
It's gone 3-0.
Excited Immunity went on a scope killing spree with his weapon of choice, the SVG.
Completely done. There's another one right there. Excite. Get me the vomit bag. That was sick.
These epic snipes weren't enough to gain them the win, but helped them collect 2 map wins over Mindfreak, which is a huge feat in and of itself.
Week 4 also saw Orbit Gaming's first loss in the CWL to Chiefs Esports Club. After their 2 wins this week, Mindfreak has now matched Orbit's 7-1 score. Mindfreak and Orbit's face-off in their Week 5 could be for the spot at the top of the ANZ rankings. This week, we saw some real shakeups in the North American rankings. In a dramatic ending to Dream Team vs. Luminosity, we found our teams in round 10 of Search and Destroy on Redwood.
On the site now, a one-on-one. He's got overdrive as well. Really pop overdrive to follow this one up. That's what you want to see.
Before defusing the bomb, with only 30 seconds remaining on the clock, Chino wanted to make sure his back was clear and went after the last opposing player. Replays of Luminosity.
What? The dart gets called in. No, you gotta run back to the site. You gotta go defuse. Go overdrive. Oh my God! Run to the site, Chino. Go! Go!
What am I saying?
No! Oh my God! Is he gonna get the defuse? Is he gonna get the defuse? Oh, I can't do this. No. I'm done, dude. I'm done.
This map loss cost them the win, pinning them to the 11th spot in the rankings.
Looking for some personal redemption after a controversial ending to Week 4, FaZe Clan took on their longtime rivals, Optic Gaming. With both teams looking toward the Day 2 matchup and dropping their Day 1 matches, a win for FaZe Clan would create a 7-3 tie for the second spot in the rankings. Optic Gaming's Karma came through as a phase stopper in every mode, becoming just too much for FaZe Clan to handle.
Other side,
Karma find a third. There's 3.
To capture the flag, Karma guided some incredible kill streaks and flag returns that sealed the win.
And they both make a fly up the map. He gets it. Karma with the returns.
Optic's win was a huge comeback from their Day 1 loss to the team clawing their way to the top, Complexity. Envious's wins this week have pushed them into the top spot in the North American standings.
Week 5 saw some surprising losses and gripping win streaks, displaying the massive power struggle for the top spot in the standings for all regions. Next week, Orbit goes head-to-head with Mindfreak of ANZ in what could possibly be the biggest match to date for both teams.
Looks like he's just going to fire it in. Does he catch the player on his right? He is going to win that one with Connect. He still has a bit left. Challenge in a second.
Tune in every week as we bring you all the excitement and the spectacle that is the Call of Duty World League 2016 Pro Division.
Try and get this flying. Pick it. Oh, good God. See ya, Zed.
Thank you, gentlemen. We are here for the Theater Rewind, Courage joined by Revan. We're highlighting Crimsix this week. Had two monster plays. One in the Optic Gaming versus Luminosity matchup. Yep. The other one here in Optic Envy. You saw a little bit of the highlights there, but we're going to break it down a little bit more in depth. But first, Revan, we're going to get started with your play. It happened on day one of this week. Break down the scenario for me. What really went so well for Crimsix?
All right, so the setting is Stronghold capture the flag. Optic Gaming versus Luminosity. We're at, around 6 minutes, 50 seconds into the game. Optic Gaming with a 1-0 lead, but Luminosity, they set up a 4-man push towards the Optic base to get the flag out. Of course, that means that nobody can watch the overextension, and that's exactly what Crimsix is going to exploit here. So as he overextends from the bunker respawn, he puts himself in a pretty good position here to, go for the flag return. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here just because I want to show you guys what these LG guys have to work with as they're trying to tie the game up. So you see John, he actually has Crimsix dead in his sights right here. He's got the Annihilator out. Saints has a Heatwave available. And also, as we move over to replays, the flag carrier, he's got the sights. So you could say they're pretty beefed up as they're trying to get this flag in. Let me just go ahead and slow it down for you as the Annihilator shot misses. Crimsix finds the flag carrier, takes down the sight, takes on the Annihilator. He's got one more play to take care of. That Saints with the Heatwave gets both him and Scump with it, but through the Heatwave, he manages to pick up the kill. Optic Gaming get the flag return and the cap after that. But let me just back it up real quick and give you guys a better angle of this.
And one thing to point out, too, replays, if he gets this kill here, earns himself streaks as well. And the game's tied.
All right, so as we move into free cam, you see kind of all the LG players in their setup. Pretty close quartered area, so they all just kind of stack up here. You see the sight bullets miss, the Annihilator shot comes in, that whiffs as well. The flag carrier dies, the Annihilator falls. Then as Saints moves in for the heat wave, he ultimately dies at the hands of Crimsix. As that is a huge play for Optic Gaming, allows them to not only get the flag return, they get the counter cap after this. But that wraps up for my play in CTF. What do you have for us here in Hardpoint?
Obviously, Crim going monster in that one. That secured Optic Gaming the 3-1 victory. But now, the Optic Gaming versus Envy Hardpoint, it was really...
Hello, Call of Duty fans. Welcome to the Call of Duty World League once again. I'm Alex Machine Richardson. He is Phil Momo Whitfield, and we've got ourselves Game 3. It's been an awfully long delay. Thank you so much for sticking with us as we were resolving a whole abundance of technical difficulties. And, of course it's going to happen on our final day of the World League. Everything running smooth sailing, but you just hit a couple of bumps in the road towards the end, and we've paved over those potholes, and we're ready to bring you an incredibly influential game.
I think it's built the suspense a little bit. That's the thing. I mean, these guys are playing for everything right now, and they'll be sat at home just wanting to get into the game and get playing.
I mean, we need to set the scene. Let's lay down the law for everybody that may have just joined us. And if you have, welcome. If they haven't yet, if your pal is supposed to be watching but he isn't, go ahead and tell him we're back live now. Vitality versus Infused. The Brits versus the French. The French battling for that 6th spot to evade relegation in the World League. It truly could not get more exciting than this. And if your friends aren't watching, get them here now. You can even watch in live event viewer. If you're sitting on your console, you can watch it over on that. So go ahead and do it. And welcome to the standings. This is what we're talking about. This is what they're playing for. The top 6 secure a spot in the Stage 1 finals, where they'll be battling for their kind of lion's share of $200,000 and the ability to compete in the 2nd stage of the season. Right now, Vitality do have that top spot due to their win percentage, but that's also due to the fact that TCM have played already. They have to play alongside Giants, and then we will have that 6th spot confirmed. Phil will break down the details.
Yeah, of course, obviously, TCM already having played their 18th game of the season, or stage, should I say. And yeah, it all comes down to the rest of the day. Vitality and Giants still have the potential to win their games. It's going to be tough. But I kind of don't want to go into it too much. This is what we've seen already so far. TCM did take down XL in great fashion. That was a 3-0 for them. Absolutely super important win for them. And they've done all they can now to solidify their spot. Millennium got the default win over on LDLC due to a few connection issues on that one. But we're going into Vitality versus Infused. This is just as equally as important for the guys on Vitality as it was for TCM in map 1. Like, this is the be-all and end-all their stage 1.
Yeah, and it really, I mean, it hangs in the balance. It also hangs in the hands of Infused.
Yeah.
They have the power now. They have basically, they have to play their A game in order to defend the 6th spot. They have to play their best. Of course, that would enable them to pick up that same win to match Millennium, who have just picked up their win. And so in order just to stay neck and neck, just in order to compete for that top spot, you know what they're like. You know what these guys are like. It's pride at the end of the day. And they're going to be battling to keep that spot there, not letting Millennium escape for that top spot even more so.
Yeah, and I would not want to be a Giants fan, a Vitality fan, or a TCM fan. Like, now, those TCM fans, you know, they've cheered, they've given them their all, and now they have no control. They have to sit back, watch in agonizing kind of last day Call of Duty.
Like, fingers are crossed, nails are bit.
Yeah,
everybody is sitting here now, all eyes on Vitality. They are the next team on the chopping block. They're the next team that have to win this game in order to secure that 6th spot. And if they were to win against Infused, that top spot is almost certain. We can just keep...
Yeah, that it would be theirs. If they win today, it's done, it's dusted, they've got it. I mean, let's for example say if they win and Giants win, they take the win on
percentage,
win
right?
percentage.
Yeah.
So and map percentage as well. It would be Vitality. And a great thing Shane actually tweeted. You know, he said, "We've done our job. All we can do now is kind of sit back and watch. But if Vitality beat Infused or Giants beat Splice, they deserve to take the 6th spot." And I think it was a great point out from Shane, and you know, true sportsmanship, if you like.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? As he's going to be sitting there thinking, we have done everything we could. If we'd have beaten LDLC, this wouldn't even be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
If we'd have beaten LDLC, we've got that spot already.
This will teach them never take any game lightly. If you're sitting in week 4, day 2, and thinking, oh, it's going to be tough, do not take it lightly. However, this is the squad which Vitality have to go up against. They've just come off the back of a LAN victory at EGL, taking home, obviously, the majority share of $25,000. Infused, 0, Marquee, and PT. Was it 10,000 first spot?
I think 10,000.
$10,000. Not a bad prize pool.
A cheeky $2 each.
Yeah, indeed.
No, maths is hard.
Yeah, $2 grand. 10 divided by 4 is 2.
I'm just used to 5 players.
But yeah, that's true. Fair enough. Vitality is obviously the French squad of Whalers, Gataga, Broken, and Riskin. A team definitely not unknown, should I say. A team probably, am I right in saying, probably the most followers, if you like, or the biggest fan support here in the EU League.
I mean, Gataga alone kind of has...
Gataga alone, Broken's, you know, Brill branding himself as well. They're just figureheads of EU Call of Duty, and I love that. I love that. You know, this guy's kind of coming out with his own hats. Broken, he's a trendsetter.
Madness. Maybe if we sweet talk him enough, he'll give us a hat for the finals if they get there.
Well,
if they get there.
Yeah.
Good looking hats. Listen to him. He's already starting his steps towards getting himself a freebie. But we begin, and as always, as of late, evac hardpoint, just our 3rd match of the day, is going to feature stock protected this time by Broken. He's seen it taken away in the past, and he's made the decision, I want to be able to play with that faster movement down the site AR.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it taken away. That's the important thing, and he doesn't want to play without it. So, you know, he's protected that straight away. Flashbang and concussion are gone. So we're going to see back to the default weapons, you know, gun skill coming into play. And, you know, who would have guessed it? PT and Urban taking him away straight away. Gataga has opted to limit those specialists as well. So, you know, again, just bringing it down to those simple gunfights. And I think right now, Infused will be happy sailing here. Risking taking out the HCXD. Not so, I mean, that's pretty much a 50-50, I'd say, in hardpoint nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, it does look very, very familiar. We are not going to be seeing any flashbang protects as we did last time. Overclock is going to be taken away as well, so Specialists will not be featuring as much alongside the standards. Very much default. VMP, however, being taken away is more of a jab at these very, very prolific SMG pairs that you do see on both sides of things. I can't help but be more lenient towards one side than the other. I know Gataga and Riskin have been very, very strong with their SMGs in the past. Infused, just home of the hybrids, I think, is a nice way to describe the current Infused roster.
And that's it. They're kind of all-rounders in their own way. I mean, yes, they have their roles, but I think they can fill in at any given time. Vitality, though, do not underestimate these guys. Don't look at their standings. They've taken Millennium down twice.
Yeah.
They've done what most teams can't. And, you know, if there's a time for them to step up, this is it. I mean, I talk about the COD gods a lot, and it's very cliche, but, you know, sometimes it's your day. And no matter what, steps in their way, whether TCM win, whether Giants win, Vitality can secure their own fate today. And all they need to do is win, whether it's 3-0, 3-1, 3-2. They take the win, they're going through.
And talking of win, something that suggests quite the opposite, suggesting that Infused may very well pick it up, is the sheer fact that Infused have won 11 games back-to-back, 11 series back-to-back.
No one has even kind of come close to that.
No one has come close to that, other than Pulse on the other side of the spectrum that have managed to lose 17 games back-to-back. But on the winning side of things, Infused, 11 best of fives.
Incredible.
It's hard to beat. And of course, that's only in the World League. If you throw in on top of that a couple of LAN wins, a LAN victory, an online challenger game or two.
That's it. They've won two of the 3 challenges. They've won, in fact, they came second in the first one.
Yep.
They lost to XL in the final. The second one they won. Then they went to EGL and won. And then this weekend...
And now they're top of the table in the World League.
Yeah, and they're on an 11-win streak, and they're just chilling, and now they're... and Vitality sat there like, we can beat them.
Yeah, so basically, just to put into perspective this 11-win streak, is they were sitting at 3 wins, 3 losses at one point.
After week 3 it was, yeah.
3 wins, 3 losses, and then proceeded to win 11 back-to-back.
So...
What on earth?
That's 6 weeks undefeated.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And it just makes me doubt Vitality even more. Their map win percentage we've talked about is 73%. Just dominates over anyone in the league at the moment. I mean, I know Millennium are so close to that. But evac hardpoint, it's what we're playing. We've seen it once and a little bit today. And of course, those are the rotations. If you're new to hardpoint and you're looking at that thing, what are these numbers on the maps? That is the hills. It starts in the middle, rotates to that kitchen area, then to the open grass, and then back in that kind of greenhouse area where there's that little paddling pool you can do a bit of diving in. And then it all starts again. Of course, it does come down to sometimes the time. There will be 5 minutes on the clock. But most importantly, that respawn delay is disabled. We'll get non-stop action.
You certainly hope so. And so we begin. Vitality versus Infused. The French side need this win, and they need to do it in style. They want to try and finish this off as quick as possible. Don't give Infused the chance to find a 12th win consecutively in this league. And so we begin with some early mid-control for Vitality. They're going to be getting the initial points, but look at this flood of Infused coming through, and Urban's going to be the one on the floodgates. He's smashed down 2, but Broken's quick to respond, and actually this is going to be Infused seizing some early control, but if not, oh, look at Zero. We talked about them being flexible players. They can use absolutely everything. Now roaming around with the Kuda. In fact, they all are. It's a Kuda party. And you couldn't have predicted that. So we're going to be seeing a little bit of a lead, and I say a little bit in the specific of circumstances, but there goes Infused. Just losing that control, unless Urban has something to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Zero picked that up, it would have been ridiculous. Good job he didn't for Vitality, though, as Riskin takes control, picks up... Oh, no, actually, it was Broken again with another 2-piece. But the all-important thing now is this rotation. It's going to be battled out. No one has got it just yet, but it looks like Broken and the boys from Vitality are close to doing so. Broken with 1, makes the second kill. Again, another double. Fantastic stuff from him. But how on earth has PT managed to wiggle his way through and pick up a 2-piece of his set for himself?
Yeah, Zero's going to have some problems, though. Riskin's present. This is going to be... I mean, this is what happens when the VMP is banned away, folks, is you just see a bit of a Kuda stack from everyone. Kataga, and look at that kill feed. It is all Kudas apart from that one assault rifle player on either side. I say either side. It is just Broken so far that's been filling it in. We haven't seen Marky B feature too much. He's only got 1 kill so far. Does have the M8 present, but he's actually gone and got his second kill with the RK5, so only 50% of his kills have come through with that assault rifle. There he goes again, though, breaking through. Trophies doing their job, but Infused, after what was a quite grueling battle, has managed to prevail and pick themselves up that little bit of a lead. Foolish from Marky B, though, presenting his back towards that staircase. No one was quite pre-aiming that one, but fortunately his team are there to piece it back together again, and looks like an early rotate is going to be coming in from Zero. Look at him, he's already on the battle for hill control, and he managed to take down Whalers.
Yeah, and this is where Marky B and the assault rifles really do come into their own. I mean, the first 2 hills, very much SMG dominated. Yep. The second 2, that's where your Marky Bs and your Brokens are going to light up. And let's see what Broken's doing. Wow. He's putting space between him and his enemy, taking down 1. Will he take that in the second? That's a low wall run. Who is it coming from? Zero once again. Hello, sneaky. Active camo comes into play and breaks the hard point. Like, so easy, but Whalers bounces back with a couple himself. And this is just crazy non-stop
There
action.
is so much slaying going on right at this point in time. Every single person is very, very not long for this world. I mean, look at this. Look at the kill streaks. Absolutely no one has breached 2, apart from Marky B, as he did just find himself a nice double. Riskin went down. Kataga finds 2 as well. This is actually getting good for Marky B. He's now on a 4-kill streak. The only player to actually be able to break from the pack and actually survive for a short period of time. There's Kataga doing the same, though. He's got 4 now, and Vitality have actually broken through and have control of the hill.
Yeah, they're actually going to match up to the 62 points of Infuse and take the lead here, unless this man, Mr. Zero, is challenging for the last points, and that's not going to be a good move from him, because now he's going to have a pretty poor spawn, and Broken can take advantage. But no, Zero answers back for himself, and now it's the fight for this 4th hill. Vitality, though, they're showing up today.
Yeah, but for how long? Nice use of the heat wave there from Riskin. Just continue to apply pressure to the Infused boys, and actually they're putting a whole lot of slaying pressure. I mean, Broken's a big part of that. 16 to 11, plus 5 for him. And now they have full control. They are getting awful spawns as well. One coming through middle. That was a good option for Riskin, but PT's shut him down, and now Infused can take the lead.
One thing that I will say is that has massively improved from the Vitality I saw yesterday was Broken. I touched on how Broken was just not getting the interactions. He was just kind of, he was kind of very low on his kills, but also very low on his deaths, and I was questioning it. But look at him today, 29 interactions more than his whole team. And, you know, this is what I love to see. I like to see him getting involved. You know, he's got an M8 in his hand, but he's not scared to jump into the hill now and again. Vitality, though, taking control and actually taking the lead once again, going into the 2nd set of rotations. Infused.
Wow. Oh, Broken. He's applying so much pressure, and it's only one man. Fortunately, though, there is Risk in there to hold his hand, and oh, just the first. Zero got heavily tagged up. You can still see his screen flashing red with the signature of his impending doom, but he didn't go down, and now Vitality, just that 10-point lead. Infused can be getting that back in a matter of seconds if they do continue to hold on middle. Aggressive with the MR6 is Marky B. He's managed to find his 14th kill now, as actually Infused is starting to deliver more and more on the killing department. Oh, wow, Riskin descends from the heavens with a melee.
PT with 2. Can't find the 3rd. Yes, he can. I eat my own words there. One comes in, kinetic armor's pop, finds his 4th. Can he find the 5th? He should be able to. No, stole away from him, but he won't be too disheartened with that, and he's still going on this tear. 21 and 16.
He literally hasn't moved a muscle. He's just constantly re-peeking every single side, every single angle, applying pressure as best he can. And this whole point has been contested for the entirety of this 1-0. 3 in very quick succession. Does knock him down, and actually, not to knock him dead, as there's another player towards Kitchen. He's gone. That's 4. 0, you really shouldn't get away with this, but there's a back turn. That's a 5th. He is lining them up. He goes for the most distance of shots. Broken out of the M8, and was wondering what on earth 0 was going for there.
Couple more bullets, it could have been a 6th there, but Vitality now, you know, we've just shown how amazing Infuse can be, but look at the scoreline. There's nothing separating these guys. Let's see what Rich can do to kind of break through and even take back the lead that he did have. Broken's just fell off the map, not good views for him as Riskin tries to get those spawns, and he will do. He shut them down, and now Vitality have the favorable spawns, and it's a fight to the death here in the kitchen.
Okay. Keeping things close. Every single time, though, we do jump on board with any of these very influential players. On either side, they just seem to be doing magical things. Marky B holding steady with this sidearm storm with the RK5, and now the MR6. Look at him go. That could have been a 3rd, but Broken's actually got a pistol of his own, and he's making that work as he gets a 2nd trade. Look at Broken go. 26 to 18. One of the most influential players currently on Vitality, and that's not a sight you see every day.
No, not at all. 26 and 18. I watched him on the very hard point yesterday, and he was like 12 and 12. It was like, where have you been this whole game? Not today. Broken is here, and he's here to win. 118, and we're drawing out. Remember that number. See how it pans out. But 0, the one on the hard point, the one collecting these points here. Risky gets the better.
Do not forget, the Vitality have been widely regarded as the giant killers. Beaten Millennium before, but then fallen to teams that they really shouldn't. They've lost to teams like LDLC, they've lost to Excel. But now they have to do one better. They have to beat that #1 ranked team in the World League. It is Infused. And currently, they do seem to be pulling out all the stops. They do have a very minor lead. This can change at the drop of a hat. And looks like Urban's going to be first on the scene to try and break through, get some scrap, but no, immediately traded by Broken. Of course, it's Broken as he finds kill number 27 in this game. 4 members of Infused stack on, though. They are not wanting to see this one ripped away from them anytime soon. The scrap will be cured, and now they have to prepare themselves for the rotate. Both teams are about to clash upon this greenhouse area, and it's going to be a pretty brutal affair.
Yeah, Riskin playing the sneaky. He's going to let them all go past, and he's going to try and sneak around the back. He takes down one, but his position has been revealed. but it goes in control of Infuse. And I don't like the fact that Infuse have managed to get 17 scrap points on the last hill and gain control of this. I think that's a big mistake from Vitality. We'll see if they can capitalize on it, though, as they get 3 back-to-back. Here they come. They're going to gain control, and Heatwave is available for risk, and this should be an easy 20 points for them.
It certainly should, and actually, you know, one of his options would be to overextend, and they use that Heatwave aggressively, stopping them from getting the contest, but never mind. Butt of his gun does do a whole lot of work as Zero is now down and out once again. Respawns in, though. Urban's on the approach, and he's going to get one. That is risking down, but he's got a Heatwave of his own, but no chance for that use. Wheelers, nice double. Could have been a triple if Zero didn't take his teammate down. And now the lead for Vitality grows.
Yeah, looking very good for Vitality. These last 15 seconds should be going their favor unless there's one player that can stop it. No, there's 2. Zero and Urban make a mark here, but that's challenged and contested.
Wow.
Once again, risking and broken, getting in the mix. And you just see this battleground every time. And look at this man, 2 for 0. Gataga answers back, and all 3 players jump on for Infused. But honestly, this is just insane.
This is one of those hard points that just seems to be so much like a kind of tug of war. Everyone just pulling back and forth, so unrelenting in this battle, and it only happens in situations like this. This is our final day of the World League, Week 9, Day 2, and Vitality need this win to get to those finals.
Yeah, it was 118 either side, now 168. 100 points later, and they split it 50-50 here. There's nothing separating these two teams. Ooh. And honestly, I think this is going down to the wire, but this could be the highest slaying game mode of the CWL by a mile. If this goes the whole way, just look at that kill feed. It's constantly filled up. Infused, though, are getting that little bit ahead here. They've really dominated this middle hard point for the 3rd time now.
And they're going to continue to do so. Where this final 10 scrap not being contested at all. This will put them in the 200 mark, and that's does a little bit of a warning sign for Vitality. They're going to have to do something well in this rotation, but they're not present. Hang on a second, they're just giving PT access to this one, and they're going to get the kill. Urban and PT stroll in, wondering what on earth the Vitality boys were doing. Yeah. Phil, I'm confused.
Again, we see Infuse pick up the scrap, and they get the rotate. Somehow they did it. It started with PT. PT got that kill on the very back, and I think that was onto Broken. But what I want to point out is look at that scoreboard and look at the hill time for all of Infuse. The least player is 113, the highest player 126. All 4 of them are playing objective-based Call of Duty right now, and I love that. And in Vitality, they've let it slip. They need to make a mark. They need to get these last 30 seconds.
Nice pre-aim from Broken. He is going to be sitting on that one. This is what they can't let slip away. He's using Scythe in the perfect scenario. We saw Bran earlier on today for TCM making this work as well. Marky B now walks into the Scythe. Another potentially could be on the chopping block. Look at this. Finally baiting it out. 69 points. They're actually going to give Vitality the entirety of this one, because already we see Infuse looking a little stationary. What's going on here?
They do look stationary. And Urban, I mean, he's just trying to gain control. Zero Marky B, crucial kills. They've stopped the last 5 seconds. I'm watching this player. It's Whalers. He's right behind them, and they don't know it, I don't think. Or do they? Urban's watching it. Urban's hunting them down. There we go. Urban, PT, and Zero all jumping in. 3 kills back to back. They're going to make it 4 with a melee. And now in Vitality, they have a huge job to do to break the Infuse wall down.
They're not going to get there till 240. They just haven't got the movement available to them. If Overdrive existed, perhaps, but no. Look at this. Now 240, and they finally get a man on the hill. Who is that? It's Whalers and Gataga. They have arrived just in the nick of time. But Whalers is gone. It's all on to Gataga. The all-star SMG has to do it all now. 25 seconds. They try to fight them back, but actually they've got the sack now. Gataga's holding the perfect angle, and Infuse, this 240 will not be enough. They could very well keep hold of this one. Vitality, they could close this gap.
They can do, and Gataga has been so influential in this. It's going to be contested. They can't let a second go their way. 10 seconds left. Gataga falls, and 3 of Infuse jump on. They're not going to finish it here on the rotation. They need to rotate, and Marky B knows it. The call's been made, and Urban's been left on the hill. Can Marky B do it? He should be able to. 4 seconds, Machine, is all they need.
4 seconds. It does come down to these next changes. But Whalers, what are you doing? He's taking down Gataga. That is the worst thing you can do in a scenario like that, and that will be the end of it. 1 slip up, and you've lost it. Infuse, then. Pick up the win here in Hardpoint, and you said it before, and I'll say it again. That is one of the most highest slaying Hardpoint games we've seen in this World League. Look at those numbers. That is truly insane.
I just want to, I mean, I don't know if one of you guys...
Do you want to do the maths?
I want someone at home to, you know, print screen that and tell me how many kills actually went down. We have Whalers 1 off of 40, Gataga 3 off of 40, Broken nearly hitting it as well, Zero 1 off of 40, PT 2 off of 40. Insane numbers dropped, but the craziest thing about that is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 minutes in total for Infused of collective time. Now, I know that sounds silly because 6 minutes is way over 250. But what I'm saying is, collectively as a team, they were on that hard point for so long.
Yeah.
That's one of the most enjoyable hard points I've had the pleasure of casting. And look at that leaderboard. And the reason why we bring this up is Urban and PT. They're topping it, and they're gonna finish there at the end of the CWL.
Yeah.
That's where they belong, Mr. OBJ. And it's not just one player. In fact, to have 2 players at the top of the hill time is insane.
Yeah, they're just this kind of deadly OBJ duo, and they proceed to also be present heavily in the fragging department as well. Like,
yeah.
They seem to be able to deliver on every capacity, everything you need in a player, bundled into 2 players who look and play very, very familiar, very similarly. That's right, they do look similar. They do.
They do. I mean, they have the chemistry, and it's working very, very well.
I was sitting there looking at them like, Phil, they're not brothers, are they? Didn't want to ask that question, but if anyone was wondering, they aren't. They just definitely have a lot of synergy between the 2 of them, and I mean, to be like hand in hand on the top of the leaderboards, that's a big achievement for them, and a big achievement for Infused, as we are preparing ourselves now for our second map. It is going to be S&D. It is going to be on Fringe. Are you feeling ready for this one, Phil?
I'm ready. I've said it many times before. You know, the S&Ds are one of my favorites, but Fringe is my map, man. I enjoy it so much. Just the way it works, the way it kind of changes teams, and they can change it so quick. You know, from going one lane to the other, it's incredible stuff. I'll stop about the map itself. This game is going to be incredible, but Vitality, they need this. They cannot go down. Cannot. They cannot go down 2-0 in this series. You don't give Infused 2, and you just don't do that.
Well, no. I'll tell you what you can't do is you can't go 2-0 down and then expect Infused to lose 3 maps back to back.
It doesn't happen.
No.
It really, and I just want to remind you, Vitality fans as well, Infused, they made it hard for themselves on 2 occasions recently where they've gone 2-0 down and they have come 3-2 back.
It's true.
One offline, one in the Challenger Division, I believe, but they've done it numerous times, and their CTF and uplink is super strong. Their respawn is incredible. However, we bring up these top players of the Slane side of things. We have 2 people featured.
And I mean, keep your eyes on Gataga, because we were expecting so much from them, and we are going to be expecting to see even more from Gataga as time does go on. Someone's done the maths, Phil. You wanted the maths to be done. 282 kills in total.
208. I mean, I don't know if it's a record. I don't know if there's anything that can kind of go by that, but 282 kills. It's just absurd. Like, let me just quickly go 282 divided by 8. An average of 35 kills per person. Over 35 kills per person each.
Dropping a 35.
35 is like your top slayer.
Should be.
But not today.
That was, I mean, that felt a little bit like an anomaly to me, Phil. Like, that was just all out brawling all the time. Like, the fact, okay, do you know what the best example, the best kind of way to describe it to everyone that maybe missed the game? Broken had 17 kills at the start of that hard point. Like, Broken was the one up in your face, dropping bombs with an EMA, and a lot of sidearm play as well. I actually feel like this game, as time has gone on and developed, part and parcel of being a good assault rifle player is being very good with your sidearm. Like, because it's just become, you know, bread and butter. You do not pull an M8 out close. But it's time for Fringe Search and Destroy, and if anyone is unfamiliar with Zero and his antics with the sniper, expect to see a different ban phase to a standard S&D, as it's going to be much more orientated around taking and nerfing that SVG of his. Already taken out the thermal. We'll see if smokes are going to feature, because actually Fringe is surprisingly featured smokes more and more often, even, you know, towards your uplinks and your hard points.
Yeah, I mean, just touching as well, I mean, we'll go through that banner protect. The KDR, which we saw just before, Marky and Zero both featuring on that, 1.21, 1.19, I think it was. Marky B really kind of joining the club, you know, solidifying his spot here on Infuse. A lot of people have said, you know, what does he do if Zero and PT are doing this, Nurban's doing that, what's Marky doing? But, you know, a great player all in all. However, Thermal is going to be banned. That's going to really limit Zero and his sniper. Concussion and flashbang, you know, set stuff for Infuse. That's number 2 and 3 all the time. And High Caliber does come in from risking. He takes that nice and early, doesn't leave that to the end. Overclock once again banned, limiting those specialists. Overkill. So if snipers are going to be used, you're going to have to wield that MR6 or the RK5. And finally we've got 2 left, Whalers and Urban. MR6. So now you've got to wield the RK5.
Well,
I mean, we've seen Zero do
Rapido fire is the only thing that hasn't gone there. It is. Okay, so smokes are available but no thermals. That's excites me. But overclock no specialist will be a little bit worse for wear. Actually, you know what? With that MR6 coming so late, I can't help but feel Infused didn't mind that decision. Like, it's got to the point now where Infused are just not playing with the MR6 ever, because she decided that, you know, it's a bit too much of a common ban. We need to get good with other things if we're never going to get hold of it. And what's most notable to me is that all of the specialists are available. Like, not one single specialist featuring in that ban and protect means everyone has the pick of the litter, and we will be seeing Overdrive yet available, not picked up for Infused. Phil?
Yeah, not picked up from Infused. I mean, Gataga's ran it so many times.
Yeah.
For Infused, I think they're playing the more methodical way. I mean, Gataga will make some rash plays. It's a high-risk, high-reward situation with Overdrive, and I don't think Infused are willing to take that chance. They do not want to be finishing second in the league. They want to certify themselves as number one. They'll be wanting to do it every single time. And I just had another interesting tweet here, Machine. You know, I said there was 182 kills. Each team got 141 on that hard point. Like, it was even. Like,
both teams had exactly the same amount of kills.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going off my boy Affinity. He always tweets
Affinity,
me.
much love, dude. You've been present like every single day of the World League, and that's a lot of that's a true fan.
Yeah, and it's crazy. 140, yeah, another person. 141 kills for Infused, 141 for Vitality.
Wow.
And do you know what that says to me again? Why do Infused always get the win when it's so evenly on that Slane side?
Because they play the objective so much better than almost everyone else.
They have something. They know something much better, and I think it's just making those important kills in the right places at the right time.
I think you're right. I also think that they have a lot more faith in their individuals to the point where they'll be like, PT, can you keep hold of B for like 16 for B, excuse me, on the hill for like 16 seconds?
Yeah.
And they have that. They take some risks that involve players like that.
I love it.
And risks that others just cannot afford to make with their players. But it is almost time for us to dive into Search and Destroy, just our second map in our third game here in our final day of the first stage of the Call of Duty World League. Fringe Search and Destroy begins in approximately 15 seconds time. And I'm just going to kind of remind everyone that Vitality cannot let this go. This is a must-win Search and Destroy. Otherwise, the game is as good as over in my eyes.
Yeah. 2-0 down versus Infused. The Titans, the Giants of Europe, literally. Infused have been kind of stomping everything. The last 6 weeks, they're undefeated. The only loss they've conceded is in a final of a challenge division. If you've taken that into consideration, the amount of series that they've won is, you know, unthinkable. Literally unthinkable. They didn't lose a series at EGL. I think they lost 3 maps in total.
That's unreal. I mean, let's not forget they haven't lost a series, right? They didn't lose a series at EGL. They didn't lose a series in the World League for 11 series in a row.
The only one they've done is on that challenge division to XL. And that was, you know, maybe a mishap, but let's go on board with the attacking team. It is Infused. And I want to quickly see what things are using, because Marky B has fell. Is Zero sniping? He is. He's got the Veric scope.
Ooh.
See what he's rocking.
He hasn't got that ghost face on it. The Epsilon scared the socks out of us. It was Reedy, right?
Oh, yeah.
That terrifying, like, ghost face on the Verics.
He's using cold-blooded, yet there's no thermals. Interesting choice. I'm not sure.
Maybe just like literally default, like he's just wasn't quite aware where his fingers and were selecting. But 50 seconds left, and we do see ourselves in a 3 versus 3. Infused, pressure is on them. They're the ones that have to get that bomb down, and so the defenders can sit and wait. But no, what on earth? As soon as we jump away from Zero, he's taken down Gataga, but pays a heavy price. In fact, the ultimate price, the ultimate sacrifice, all onto PT. He has found one. He would have to go 1 versus 3. Not going to happen. Broken shuts him down, and the dream is dashed. Vitality take an early lead in the Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and great stuff from Vitality. You know, Broken being an influential player on that one, and so far, Broken's my man to watch on Vitality. Not only the hard point is starting strong here on the S&D, not missing a bullet there.
That's always satisfying to see.
Yeah, that one bomb. Oh, feels so good. Especially when you get that headshot as well. But Vitality take the lead here as they go on the attack as well. I'll be joining Broken and his 3 kills.
Okay, stay on board with Broken, see if he chooses to take that. I can only assume he's going to be taking that long route towards the A site. In fact, the majority of his team are. Look at this, it's going to be a 3-1 split. Wailers is the one lingering towards L-Bend. Going to be able to kind of keep his eyes on that hardware entrance. And look at that early stack of EMPs from Infused. It's actually just PT that threw them out in order to get some information, kind of scout out without having to fire a single bullet or put his own life at risk.
This is where PT is. He's watching. He's going to spot them, and you're going to see Wallbang. Look at that connection. Hit markers coming through, but not enough as he hits
He must
the
know there's 2, right? He must know there's 2 with that double tag. unless he thinks he's really heavily tagged up one. But either way, he did connect onto 2 members of Vitality there. Boilers catches Marky B. Now, trying to finish what PT started. He is only going to take the first, risking smart to go aggressive and trade that. And now Infused are operating at a disadvantage. It is just Urban and Zero left.
It is Urban and Zero. The bomb isn't down, though. Riskin's pushing forward, and he's being risky because that bomb will fall now. 2 versus 2, and Zero's got an incredible view on that bomb, and he's just going to be taken down. A great shot by Guitar as Urban now left in a 1v2.
Check your corners, Urban, otherwise you are a dead duck. He's gone. 25 seconds left, and already Gataga has finished the job with his Weevil, and Vitality win their first defense and attacking round. That is crucial to start with a bang. And I do want to just observe that this Weevil from Gataga, for the first time in a long time, doesn't feature laser sight.
No, it doesn't. And he's got long barrel grip and stock on that one. I mean, stock is really good on the SMGs. You can be really, really kind of maneuverable, if you like. But I have to say, I've never seen Vitality play so well on S&D. I know I've only seen 2 rounds, and I'm kind of jumping the gun a bit here, but every single position they're getting themselves into, they're trading. Like, you know, when they were in that tin as they were walking through, Zero's just picked up a huge play. So he's sniping on. But as they were walking through this automotive on the left, they were just trading at the right time, pushing at the right time, even though they were under fire. See if Zero can do any more damage.
Not looking likely.
Marky B has a gunfight at the end. Again, Marky B, this SMG on Search and Destroy,
He
really
actually
strange.
quite often does this, doesn't he?
Always, yeah. Especially on this map. I've seen him do some crazy things.
Maybe just sticking to the meta. When they have a sniper, they want to have throws 3 SMGs. Stick to it. Kataga takes down 1. Now Urban's actually rocking the M8.
He's waiting for the peak, but he's not going to get anyone. However, there is one player on the bomb.
Is that bomb loose?
That bomb is, yeah. PD pushed forward with it. Not a great play from him as he does go down. Oh, to Call of Duty time in there. And again, we see Vitality working at the numbers advantage. And that's going to be game. Surely Zero can't pick a 1v3.
They're playing this so damn well, Phil. This is a team that do not want to lose, will not throw away their chances of getting into those finals. 20 seconds left. I like the movement from Zero, but it is just going to be very, very irrelevant. He's gone. Gataga shuts him down with the RK5 and Vitality. You know what you said, Phil? You said, I want to see that first round on the board early. It hasn't happened, and all of a sudden Infused are in a dire situation. 0 and 3. If Vitality can find 1 more successive rounds, I'm going to start getting very nervous for Infused.
Yeah, and Infused technically, I mean, we're talking, I saw the stat about week 8 was the best S&D team in the game. They're being shut down in every way possible here. And the main reason is Vitality's trading is working real wonders for them. They're pushing as the unit. They're making their numbers advantage work for them.
Give me Gataga.
Gataga, here he is. What's he doing? He's changing something.
He's pulled out the VMP. Because this is an aggressive... Look at the... Excuse me.
Look at this, straight into a Marky B's picked up a crucial kill, and he'll be able to call out. And the one thing is, they're actually coming from behind. Overdrive used from Gataga mid-round, not something you see every day. Oh, that's been shut down straight away. This is bad news for Vitality.
I'm alive.
And now we've got Whalers in a 1 versus 4. Just to explain to you guys what happened there, Vitality took the mid-map push to A, but Infuse went on the offense on the defensive A side, and Vitality were caught from behind, literally with the pants down, and you saw there Infuse capitalizing on that.
Don't go overusing the word literally. Did you have a webcam up, Phil? Did you know that their pants were down?
It's not my kind of thing, Machine.
Didn't think so.
Not literally. I literally can't say literally.
That's true. Literally can't say literally. But yeah, that's going to be the Infused first round on the board. And I mean, I was feeling really good vibes about that push. That's the first kind of burst of aggression we've seen from Vitality, and it does just get met with a smiling Infused player.
But I think Vitality, you've won 3 rounds back-to-back playing this slow, methodical gameplay. Why change it? Maybe they wanted to surprise them. I don't know. But Infused definitely changed it on their end. They pushed that A-bomb site out, and now they're going everything heading towards B.
This is smart. I like what Infused are doing here, and assuming they can keep hold of middle. Urban, your battle for middle control is so important, and actually takes the head clean off Broken. All of a sudden, round 2 feels like it's on the cards. As we see Urban continuing trying to flank, trying to keep them drawn out, but actually, it's a huge waste of resources because Riskin is the one on the prowl from behind. He, alongside Gataga, who has some degree of middle control, is going to be just trying to catch a glimpse of someone before that bomb does go down. And actually, he's in a prime position. He's going to stop that bomb from going down or not. Finally catches on towards PT, but it's not going to be enough. And the round does end thanks to Zero and his M8. And just as we were starting to get excited for Vitality, trying to take it into a 1-1 level series, Infused just seems to have found form. And I like the aggressive push on towards B. It's something we see a lot more in North America than we do in Europe.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the reasons behind it is, of course, that there is one position, a power position you can hold with an M8 that just makes it so hard to break.
Yeah, it really, really does. Now, do Vitality go back to their old method, which was working? It was pushing this A site very slowly. Does Infuse push it out? I'm just going to see what Pete's going to do, because it worked for him last time, and he's pushing this A site. And Broken's actually read it. He's going to sit back and wait.
Oh my god, he's going to come walk straight into his dot, and he does. Goodbye, Petey.
I talk about Petey and being Mr. First Pick Petey. He does some very rash things, and sometimes they pay off, but not today. 3 versus 3, though, as one player has traded out. It's going to be Zero who's made a kill onto Whalers.
60 seconds then. That bomb still just sitting in the hands of Risk, and he hasn't been willing to commit to anything just yet, and that's because his teammates are nowhere near. Look at Gataga, Elben, Brogan's back at spawn. And so the bomb sits on train. It is on the right track towards B. And that power position, I just want to highlight that Infused member in that top left corner. Do you know who that is? This is what I was talking about. This is what makes B pushes difficult. It's just crossing towards that site. You have to face Urban, and now they're about to. This could very well get a little dicey for them, and this is the problem. There's the bomb down, bomb loose, and now with just 25 seconds left, Vitality are in a tight spot, and Urban, you can just go up into Barn now. He can actually play this a lot smarter than he currently is. He's anticipating the push. Where are the rest of Infused? They're doing the work for him. Nice work from Marky onto Gataga. This feels like 3-3, unless Broken could do something absolutely mind-boggling, but no. Urban's there, and 3 in a row for Infused.
Yeah, the great thing was, you know, Urban at the back there, he made the first kill, and we saw that he saw that grenade come over, and he knew there was another play there, but he didn't challenge it. He just sat back, and he'll have called that out and go, there's another one pushing train, and, you know, he got pipped at the post there.
It's kind of what we were talking about before with Infused, where you have a huge amount of faith in your teammates. Instead of going hunting for the final one himself, he just literally said, I can still hold this, you know where he is, do your job. And so 3 in a row for Infused. Vitality still have the ability to close this series out, do what they were doing in the initial rounds. It felt very passive, very slow, methodical, very clinical, I think is a good way to describe the way they were playing. But now, will they fall back to their old ways? Oh, it's time for HCXD.
Zero's actually took a completely different game stance on this game. Instead of sniping from the very back, he's used an M8. And that HCXD isn't going to affect the flak jacket, but PT's going to follow it with a kill, and Infused now, they're sliding back into their old ways of being dominant here. Zero at the back, I've got to go on board with him. He does go down to Gataga. PT's going for the plant, though. He's got one player watching his back, and I believe Marky is in Barn. He is.
Marky's not far off that heat wave. Next round, we're going to be seeing more aggressive SMG plays from Marky, no doubt about it. But here we are. Here we sit. 3 versus 3. Broken's trying to break through. He applies some pressure to Marky, but they just know where he is. The jig is up. And Marky B is going to catch Riskin on the entrance in towards Barn. The call was made. It wasn't enough. 25 seconds, and another one, this time Gataga biting back. The SMG duels continue, but not a second. Urban so aggressive for the trade. What can you do, Broken? 1v2, can't even make it a 1v1. Marky strong in Barn, and that's now 4 in a row for the Brits.
The thing that won the round there for them was Marky B's movement in Barn. It really, really was. He was under pressure from Broken, he slid away. He made a kill, and then he literally slid right in the same direction as Broken. It was teasing Broken to come in. It was enticing him to kind of, you know, come into the kind of the Barn with his Arcade 5, and with an SMG, there was only one winner there. The trades were on Infused sides, and Vitality is slipping from their fingers here. They were 3-0 up in on the map itself, and now Infused 4 back-to-back. What are Vitality gonna do?
About to find out. Looks like they're going to be going for that 3-1 split. We saw them do this before. In fact, we saw TCM try something very similar before, and actually it doesn't work. When you lose your middle man, that's going to be no longer a 3-1. It's a 3-0 split, which doesn't not involve the word split anymore, as it's now a stack towards A. One man is going to be sitting quite aggressively on towards that A site, and enables him in that power position to just show his, what we describe as a head glitch. Not necessarily a glitch, more of just that hard to hit head.
One down though, Whalers has fallen. Not good for, who's this one player? Pete's got so many players around him, and they're actually pushing right behind them. Not seen this done before.
Got to be careful. Bat Suppressor is present, so they can not reveal their location while they proceed to move from nice and quickly. Gataga, however, is such a weevil. He is just kind of worming his way straight on through the opponent's lines, and now a second one has gone down. Their defensive line has shattered. Marky B and Zero, what can you do? They're on either sides of the map at this point, and Zero is the one to defend this site. He makes his presence known and actually takes down Gataga. He's going to be traded, though, and that's good play from Vitality. Riskin quick on the trigger. Now Marky's in trouble. He should surely go down, but no, he's just heavily tagged up, and actually he's going to back away and get hunted down. Who is that? What are you doing, Riskin? Why did you go hunting? 5 in a row for Infused, and Marky B gets fed a free kill. Riskin, that was a pants around the ankles moment.
That there was incredible. Like, the way he saw him and used the heat wave, there's no way Riskin was taking that down. The slide, perfect from Marky B. I have to say, a little bit of luck involved that Riskin did challenge him. But with 16 seconds, you know, you're planting the bomb, you're like, get my back, get my back, get my back. If your player goes down and you've still not planted it, you're thinking, he's jumping over that fence and I'm getting it. And it was a split-second decision. It was the wrong decision, unfortunately, for Riskin. Marky B gets the 5th back-to-back, and now he's hoping to finish it here on the attack.
100 away from the dart as well. Whether or not that'll be necessary is a different question. I still have my radio DJ voice on, and I can't get rid of it. Listen to it. It's unbelievably, annoyingly deep. I have a cold, everybody. Here we are, though. Oh, my God. Listen, it's getting worse.
I wish I had one, but I don't.
I'm sorry. Maybe if you give me a cuddle, you can get my cold. But there goes the 860. Marky B's going to be miles away from the fight. He is still wielding that SMG.
Yes.
And so he's going to have to try and close that gap. 50 seconds. And Infused are operating at a disadvantage. Doesn't sound like me.
PT, though, coming through the middle here. This is a must-win round. I'm stating the obvious, I know, but for Vitality, they need 3 back-to-back. They've done it at the start of the game. Can they do it again? If they lose this S&D, I can't but feel that it's gone. And that heat wave's great for Riskin, but only going to kill one. PT's in and out so quickly there. And now the numbers are still in favor of Vitality. But PT, I think he's just spotted him. He has, and now 2v2. He has kinetic armor. This can be ended right here, right now. What is Zero doing? Oh, the Hazy XD takes him, but now a 1 versus 1 for Zero. He's done many things before in the CWL, but can he tear this away from Vitality? He's seen him.
He has spotted him out. Zero needs to hit the shot. Active Camo used Whalers so aggressive. Takes actually a leaf out of Riskin's book for something quite reminiscent of that with no time left. He had to go hunting. And respect to Whalers for taking that challenge. You knew where Zero was. Uses the Active Camo to have the little bit of a drop on Zero while his eyes do adjust. So does Whalers aim, and that's going to be bringing us down to a 5-4 scenario. The first round we've seen from Vitality in a while.
Yeah, first round in 6, but Infused now, I can't help but feel what they got. They've got Glitch, PD's got Kinetic. What's Vitality got? They've also got Kinetic and Overdrive.
Oh, go Gotago. He is just straight up into the site. He's going to be doing the same thing before. He's coming right behind them. Look at that. There's no way he's expecting that one. Marky B still did a fair bit of damage. Broken Pop's kinetic armor, I believe, as he charges straight on through. And who is that positioning there? Infused. They have PT behind enemy lines. 4 members all stacked on the side. They're not going to be watching this one. PT could exploit this. He's going to be coming straight on in. He can stop this plan. No, he can't, but he takes down Riskin, and now he darts away. He has kinetic armor. He's surely going to be able to try and catch someone on the flank, and he's going to catch glimpse of one. He's popped kinetic armor. Could this really be it? In the meantime, Zero vehicular manslaughter onto his own teammate, and actually just jumps straight underneath one. Gotaga, suddenly a 1v1 to try and keep his team and take us into a round 11. It comes down to one exchange, and Gotaga does it. It is going to round 11, folks, and Zero, you can't go killing your teammates in a round like that.
No, I didn't touch on it mid-round, but that was a killer. That was a stab in the back there. Something went wrong, but Gotaga, the man of the moment here, clutches up. Gotaga and PT were literally on top of each other's heads at one point, in fact, twice in the round, and now it all goes down to the final round here, as Infused do go on the defense. Mr. Gotaga dropping 12. You've not got Overdrive. Is anything else available? No. Let me just see quickly. Glitch is available for Urban.
Okay.
He has that in his back pocket, and they know Marky B's going offensive on this A side.
Keep your eyes locked on Marky. Well, that triangle in the top left, because at the moment 3 members are about to be walking into his domain. He's actually backed away. He's receded. He's not interested in that one. He realizes this is around 11. The next 4 kills could determine the entirety of the series. Vitality's hopes hanging in the balance of just this round alone. It is just our second of a best of 5, but Infused holding that hard point does make this a must-win for Vitality. 50 seconds. They are on the attack. They are the ones that have the pressure mounting as that clock gets ever closer to the 0 mark. Now, Gotaga needs to push forward into Junkyard. Broken's already done 1. That's a huge step in the right direction. Trying to trade. Broken's got 2. Delivering in buckets, but so has Urban. Oh, no! Oh, the glitch! He's taken down 3 members, shattering the dreams of Vitality. Or has he? He has to come up clutch. He has to do more. He has to get this final frag and go ace.
The 1 versus 1, the bomb is not in the hands of Whalers. Urban could make the play of the league right here. That glitch was phenomenal. And doesn't know where that bomb is. I don't think he knows that the bomb is down. Where's Whalers? Let's check in with him. Oh, this is bad
He's got time
news.
to plan.
Has.
Urban's misread this one. He's going to be heading on towards B. He will be able to play for the retake, though, in 10 seconds left. Actually, he's got himself into hardware at the perfect time. If he plays this right, this will very well be the play of the league, as you dubbed it, the melee, and the final bullet. Infused take the series 2-0, and Vitality fall after Urban goes absolutely nuts.
Oh, my goodness. I need to see that play from Urban again. Luckily, I got the glitch I got the glitch, but I didn't get the 2 kills. If any, Urban, if you're watching this back, please
give it to me.
Put that on Twitter or something. Let us know. That was insane. We will bring you that kind of 3-piece. Broken put 2 on the board. They traded perfectly, and they had the numbers advantage. 0, I believe, was all the way at A. At B, and that was Vitality's. And you know what? I'm sat here, my heart is racing at 3,000 miles an hour. What about a TCM fan? Oh my goodness, a Giants fan. Oh, it's too much. It's too much for me.
What if you're a French fan? I'm sorry. 1 frag, and you could have...
No. Broken
got a
has
double.
played awesome in the hard point.
Oh, that's
He played
so
awesome through the S&D.
intense.
And I want to watch it back in like 0.25.
Yeah, can you please just be sure to tweet us pictures, #CWL PS4, of you at the edge of your seat, just all of these edges of seats you're sitting on at COD World League, because, I mean, it doesn't get much closer than that. Now, Infused, 2-0 up in the series. They have a very good shot at breaking the hopes of the French fans, but there's still 3 maps, potentially,
Let's
awaiting us.
go. Let's watch this.
Okay, Phil.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out where is Urban, which player is Urban. PT's in the bomb site.
He's coming now
A.
to Junkyard. He walks into Junkyard now.
Okay, so we have... I think it's a little while here, but it's good. I want to see the whole round. I want to see what goes down here. So, 55 seconds left, and it's 5-5. Everyone's still alive. PT's still in that A-bomb site. These 2 players coming up here. One is Marky, who gets taken down. I know that but Urban slips the net. On the left-hand side, here we go. Urban takes down that player. He kills Broken, Riskin, but... Oh, that is just insane! That is insane! I love this. Great producer.
So what's Broken? Look. Broken jumps out that window, pre-aiming him. He's like, I am going to get revenge. So Urban gets that kill. Look at Broken. Keep your eyes on Broken at that window. He comes straight through. He's like, I'm going to get you. No, you're not. Okay, fine. See you later, alligator. And it's an ace to win the round in Search and Destroy. What a dream scenario for Urban and a dream scenario for Infused. You can see this final kill coming in. He played it so well. He played it so passively. You can see Elbend, it's the perfect place to position yourself to be flexible for both of the sites. He does process of elimination. Final 10 seconds, it has to be A. He knows the bomb must have been near there, and just in the nick of time. I mean, Whalers was in a tight situation anyway. He's got no time to plant that bomb.
Yeah, and I thought here he's going to make a mistake. That is COD timing. If Urban ran in a half a second sooner, Whalers would have got the kill. Oh my goodness. I'm about to explode, I think.
Like, you might be.
This, for a Call of Duty fan of any kind, like, this is how good it can get.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, welcome to final week, right? We knew it was going to house some of the best games of the entire league, at least for us here in Europe. This is the CWL, presented by PS4, by the way. How you doing? Welcome. Sorry about the voice. It sounds... I
don't think I'll have a voice by the end of today.
Give me something to say in this voice. There must be something like radio DJ.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Call of Duty FM.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Call of Duty FM.
I like it.
Sounds good. I sound like A-Spec. Anyway, he's going to judge me for that one. But the stock has been banned away, and we're diving already into our uplink. It is going to be our 3rd. It's on Breach. And it begins all over again. The nightmare potentially for Vitality, or will it be the start of the dream?
Is it the fairy tale? Is it the nightmare? We're yet to find out, but at the moment, it's certainly edging towards that nightmare. Stock has been taken away by Urban. Overclock also going as well by Riskin. Yet to see the flashing concussion. If I was Vitality, I'd be protecting one of those. I'd be making it a different game. And I can't get over that S&D, man. Best S&D I have seen in the CWL in Europe, hands down. That was absolutely incredible. If you are here at the Call of Duty Twitch, or you're watching online, you're watching on your PS4, you've just seen one of the greatest games. But there we go. Broken takes down the MR6, and here we go. So the Infused double comes shortly after. Overdrive is taken away by Whalers. Target and Marky, high caliber rapid fire, standard stuff, no problem at all there. But you know what I've really enjoyed about this series so far as well as the CUDA?
Tell me, Phil.
You know the evac hardpoint, it was just so CUDA based, and I love it. I don't know why. It's very reminiscent of old Call of Duties, you know, the MP5 and other weapons. It just really kind of brings out the best in players, and I think I've got to really feel for the guys on Vitality. Broken in particular has been literally everything for this team. He's really stepped up his game, and I think that's why they're pushing it.
Yeah.
The hard point was, 20, 30, I'm not sure how many points in the end, but that S&D one round, intense stuff. But Uplink, are we going to see the same? Is this going to be...
Don't get me excited, Phil. I've only just calmed down. And actually, people are sending me pictures of the edge of their seats. I truly appreciate that.
I love that interaction. It's so cool.
People have got their heads in their hands. Edge of seats all around. Oh my God, says the Irish Rebel. Yeah, it truly has been one hell of a game. And that was just the second of what could very well be a full 5-mapper. But at this point in time, we have to readdress what has been banned away. And it looks very, very familiar. We are not going to be seeing Overdrive. It did slip the net in Search and Destroy. Now into Uplink, it is not going to be showing its weary head. Instead, though, we sit with a specialist draft that does bear a couple of similarities. We are going to be seeing a Scythe for both, Broken and Marky B, bringing them in. Tempest not for both, though. Whalers has picked that up, and in exchange, we are going to be seeing Heatwave for Urban. Active Camo for both Zero and Riskin, and then rounding it all out with Kinetic Armor for both Gataga and PT.
Okay, so all in all, pretty standard Uplink
Pretty familiar.
Specialist. I'm glad the Overdrive has been taken away just for those kind of random runs, if you like, but I think Active Camo slipping the net, that could be dangerous. I've seen what Riskin and Zero can do with it, both in the last game and previous Uplinks. Active Camo so influential, as well as your Kinetic Armor. I do think Heatwave is probably the better option than the Tempest. I think that's something I would have loved to have kind of seen from both sides. But no, they're going slaying. Broken and Whalers sticking to the weapons.
I'm ready. I'm fastened. My seatbelt is fastened.
My heart rate is reduced a little bit.
Your heart has calmed down to the point where you can actually, not have to call a doctor and get medical attention after this one, which is good. As much as we do love Call of Duty, we don't love Phil needing to have his heart checked because of the amount of intense Call of Duty that has transpired already. But we're going to be getting into this one so damn shortly. And again, I just do want to highlight that the stock is not available, so no more of Gataga on that stock Weevil, which he was wreaking havoc with not too long ago on Fringe.
Indeed. No glitch, though. No glitch on this map.
No more of that urban madness.
Maybe later some more. But Breach is the map, and Uplink is what we're playing here today. Respawn delay 5 seconds. And best thing to do there, you see the map, you see the white drone in the middle. If you're on the red team, pick it up and pop it in the blue base. If you're on the blue team, do the complete opposite and pop it in that red base. Simple as that. There's nothing complicated about this. It may seem a little bit like another sport in a way.
Yeah, it really, I'm a big fan of Uplink, I am.
Yeah.
I love the way it plays out, especially on a map like Breach, where you can see a lot of different kind of approaches to the very same game map. A game type, not game map, that's a different phrase altogether. But we do prepare ourselves for what could very well be the last of Vitality, or will they show some signs of life here on Uplink? They have to win this one, they truly do. We said, it would look bleak for them if they did concede Search and Destroy. It went all the way to around 11, but now they have to fight back all the way. Nice pre-fire from Riskin. He does win out, beating Urban, but how much longer will he be able to last? Not too long is the answer, as he does crumble. The first kill going the way of PT for Infuse. Broken, holding the line fast on AC.
Whalers just going on a bit of a slower side of things. He's not made a kill yet, but he's pushed down the right-hand side, and look at that movement there behind the box. Urban too wise, though, as Riskin picks up that drone and just throws it away. I think he wants his weapon out as two of his teammates do fall. Marky B picks it up and hits him on the head there as Riskin falls as well. Urban does make one kill, and Marky making a push here. Oh, he slid away, he knows where one player is.
Hang on a second, Marky B, don't you go doing things like this. It's going to be... Oh, no, it's not. Riskin snatches that drone out of his hands just before I committed to that call. I thought I was about to be a one-point play. Riskin, however, knew better. He was much wiser than I as he floats out for the reset, and a lot of very, very good plays in quick succession there from Riskin. The kill, the drone reset, everything going well in his side of things. And actually, do take note of PT. He's on a 4-kill streak. He's going to have the drone forced into his hands, and this surely will end that streak now as he takes a risk with the 1-point play. Makes the 1 point, but does lose out on that potential streak.
Yeah, it does indeed. And PT, I tell you what, if he goes off on a bit of a tear, he's a hard man to stop. He has his shaky moments, he has his great maps, his bad maps, but you don't want him going off on a map like this. Urban's picked up the drone and he's trying to extend the lead, but no, Vitality staying strong, picking up the kills, and Broken's going to be the one to answer back. We're yet to see Vitality make a mark on this Uplink. We are obviously very shortly just joining this game, but I want to see them push Infuse back.
Here we go. Once again, this is going to be Broken's response, and actually looks like it's going to be perfect. The Kataga's paved the way, and the kill will mean nothing for PT, despite him finding double digits very early on. So is Riskin. He's on 9. Could very well find 10 in this next instance in the blink of an eye. But Vitality keeping things level, and that's so damn important at this point in time. You just cannot afford to give Infuse the lead, especially in such a crucial game for the Frenchman. Riskin has control. Could this be the lead that they've been hungering for? Not if Marky B's positioned and broken like that, though. And actually, whoa, talking of broken, he's just sprung to life with the HVK. Active Camo used the perfect instance. This could be 2 points, and it will be. He goes over 3 people's heads, and Riskin gets the lead for the French.
Yeah, that active camo, boy, is it important. And now Broken trying to extend this. You know, Whalers 1 and 6, Broken a -2, but Vitality taking the lead here as Riskin is slaying like a monster. Urban, though, does pick up the drone. Let's see what he can do. Is there a pass to PT or PT the bodyguard?
Looks like it might be PT's play paving the way. Look at him go. He's clearing the path. It's not enough, though. The slide's good. It's not good enough. Oh, it gets magnetized in. Urban manages to bring home point number 2 for Infuse, and I thought they'd done enough. I thought Vitality had stopped that.
Yeah,
but
I did.
Just enough. Actually sliding into an opponent.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tricky one here.
No.
Let me just see, is there anyone else? No, I'm a goner hit. But just to kind of explain there, 3-2, take a screenshot, 2 minutes left. Don't know what's going to happen here. We will get an update for you. Really sorry about this, but gosh darn it. Oh, this pen was nearly broken. I saved it. You're all right, buddy. You're all right. I'll place you down there.
Yeah, I'll place mine down as well. Oh, listen to that. I'm getting a little... Okay, so that's unfortunate. We are not going to be able to give you the results just yet of this fantastic series. Phil.
Oof. Don't know. Why did I just hit my head? I'm
That's
thinking,
called a face palm.
It's not. It wasn't a face palm.
Was
It
it
was
not?
I think a bit a frustrated tap. I'd call it.
Frustration. Okay, let me try.
Yeah. Are you
Is that
frustrated?
right? Do I
Yeah.
have to frown as well?
Yeah. Just. Oh, we're back. Right. Frustration
I like
gone.
that. Yeah.
And apologies for that. But we'll get an update. We'll see what's going on. At the moment, though, I mean, Vitality. That was the first map they were leading. They were doing well and possibly take. I mean, the active camo play was great. Infuse did bounce back. I mean, it was 3-2, I think.
3-2, yeah.
So very
Infuse getting a
close.
1-point play, yeah, just to round it up.
After 3 minutes, I think it was. So 3 minutes, 3-2, even Stevens, if you like, Vitality, just that edge. And
yeah, we'll be working it out. And it's something we can resolve, and we can really get back into that game ASAP. Because I know you guys, as well as us, want to know the answer to that to this series. I mean, like, yes, Infused have the lead currently, but if Vitality can continue to, you know, pull out some of that magical, that French comeback, we've seen it happen before, or at least they've tried to do it before. I don't know. All I wanted to do was have a result for Uplink. I wanted to know whether or not we had a full, you know, potential CTF and another S&D around the corner, or whether Infuse were just dashing their dreams right there, right then. We will be finding it out soon, though, guys. Looks like we're going to be still encountering some technical difficulties.
We're watching it again, man. Like,
Hell
just
yes.
a tiny bit. We'll go back a tiny bit for you. Just, if we can. There we go, yeah. I like the rewind play as well. I think, Machine, you pointed out the most important thing about this was when you're watching this, it's Broken who jumps out of the window.
Yeah.
And it's like Urban who sneaks the net. Look at that mini-map there in that top corner. He's already snuck past it. Marky B goes down by Broken. Broken thinks it's clear. So Gataga takes his word for it, slides out, and Urban makes a huge kill. But to make 1 kill whilst being shot at by 2 players is incredible. But Urban picks up that one, uses his thrusters to his ability, takes down another, and watch this player. You pointed out, Machine.
Yeah, from the window.
Straight through the window. Hello, Urban. You're getting shot in the back. I'm behind you. And you could see Broken knew it. Like, you see where the glitch goes, and he was like,
yeah, but that 180, like, unless you're Gataga, maybe you could hit that, but...
Yeah, that's...
Damn, Urban.
I tell you what
Back at it again with the 1v4.
I'm looking forward to the American reaction to that, when Maven and X and Courage and Revan, like, and analyze that. I mean, that's going in, whether it's top 5 plays or whatever, it's going in something.
Urban with the clutch! That's what it's going to say.
Urban with the glitch!
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Sorry, Maven. I apologize if it was a poor impression.
No, I think he appreciates it.
Was that
He's already sending me. He's already sending me love notes.
Is he?
Yeah, I keep getting this sort of American airmail. I'm like, what on earth is this? And all it says is machine, and like he dots the I with the love heart.
Oh, I like it.
And I open it up, and it's a CWL card. Turn it over, and it just says, "See you in 2 weeks," and a love heart.
Damn. Mine must have got lost in the post as
well. Yeah, no, yeah.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
I'm sure it must have done, right?
Yeah, it must have been lost in the post.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't mention that he wrote you one, but he didn't tell me either. So.
Yeah. Mine might have had another special message on that might not have been wanting
Yeah,
to know.
he might not want to tell you. Yeah, that's
I look forward
definitely
to receiving that. Maybe
Yeah.
a couple of days I'll get in contact with the email and just see if it's
just check with the postage service. It's not always perfect. In
Sure, he
Germany.
didn't forget though.
No, of course not. He loves
Not
you.
maybe.
He loves us equally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good.
Good. Right. I'm glad we got that done and dusted. We can now continue to address your favorite. I was about to say favorite color. We've done that already.
Favorite color is?
My favorite color, black.
Mine. Black.
It's actually a shade if you're one of those people.
It's not a shade.
Exactly.
Shut up, a shade.
My favorite shade is black.
Noir. Le noir.
Noir? Oh, how's your language? That's French. Can you give me in...
I only know that because there was a game once and it was LA Noir, I think it was called.
That's correct.
Yeah. And I was like, why is it called
That's the gangster
Noir?
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the game that my dad bought, actually. He played it.
Did he?
Yeah. He
My
likes
dad was
those kind
a
of detective games.
My dad was an Age of Empires guy.
Was he? I was in a bit of an Age of Empires.
It was really funny. It was my first PC game that we like went out and bought.
Okay.
And I was like, loving life, you know, bedtime, 7 o'clock, got to go up. And then I came down, I was like, I couldn't sleep. It was about like 11 o'clock at night. And I went downstairs, and my dad was still cowered in front of the computer, and he was like playing Age of Empires. And I'd never seen him like this. He is not a computer guy.
Yeah.
And he was like completely addicted. He was like, oh, my Macedonians are Age 3.
See, my dad, you know, I used to be a big Sims fan.
Oh, nice,
He used to play The Sims, and he was like, I don't get it because there's no end. Just
There's
have
no
a,
end to
just
Sims.
have a go, like build your own house. And,
Yeah.
and my dad's a very hands-on kind of person. Like
Right.
video games is not his thing, but when you mix video games with hands-on and building your own house, I come back
Get
and
him on
I'm like,
Minecraft,
and
yeah.
I was like, what is that? He was like, I've built our future home, and he was dead proud of it. And he was like, it's 3 stories. I'm like, oh my.
It's
This is,
lovely.
yeah, and it did all the wall, like, he played on a different setting, because I always used to make the walls shrink, I didn't like that,
Yeah.
but he had the wall settings, and he was like, look, I bought the fridge that looks like ours, Phil, it's the white
Oh,
one, and I was
that's so
like, Dad,
cute. That's adorable.
and I was saying, like, that's not the best fridge, he was like, I know, but you've got to make it realistic, you can't have the best of everything.
If you have the best of everything, then there's no point in playing.
And he said, do you know what the best thing about this game is, Phil? He's I'm a policeman, and I always wanted to be a policeman.
Oh.
But anyway, I mean, stories aside, I mean, reminiscing good old times. There was a series which my brother actually uploaded in on YouTube. Was my dad playing Call of Duty, and that
Was he any good?
He was awful. He was the worst player. Like, we put him out, we kitted him out with the LMG,
Yeah.
so he didn't have to reload. He just
Nice.
had to aim and shoot, and it ended up like looking in the sky, like, ooh.
Oh my god, I did the same thing with my parents. It was my mum actually, because she was always like big into my competitive gaming.
Yeah.
Like she'd sit behind me and go, "Oh, get him, Al! Oh, nice try." She had no idea what was going on,
Yeah.
but she'd try. And when we gave her a go, it was just constant. Like I put her in a 1v1 against my dad. It was the funnest thing ever to watch.
There is a YouTube video still on YouTube, like my dad versus my brother.
Ooh.
VP Dad versus VP James.
I'm sure VP James did really well.
It was on shipment, and I actually can't remember the winner. I'm sure my dad won.
He did?
James was being cocky. James was trying to like run behind him and stuff, but James was also terrible as well. You can YouTube that if you want. Update: we're continuing the series with a 1-0 vitality.
Vitality advantage.
Is that?
I'm guessing it sits at 2-1.
No, I think that's got to be an infused advantage. Oh, in the map.
In the map.
So they're gonna. I think they're gonna start. Yeah, they're gonna start the uplink
Okay,
again
with a 1-point advantage.
So of course, infuse 1 map 1. They're just gonna play the whole 10 minutes, but vitality are 1-0 up.
Bingo.
on uplink.
I understand.
I mean, it has to go through admins. It has to go through the players. Every player has to agree, teams, etc. Great that
Life
you know,
goes
we
on.
Support sportsmanship as
Yeah.
well. I like that. But vitality are gonna have the 1 uplink advantage.
Yeah, no, that makes an awful lot of sense. We get to start all over again, but the work that they did is not forgotten. And
Of
I mean,
course.
that 1-point play from Infuse probably saved them there. That saved their bacon. That could have been 2-point lead.
And the one thing you've got to remember is, like, yes, they were 1 ahead, but they'd used their specials. Like, PE had Heatwave available, I think. So you've really got to calculate that. So they're going in 1 ahead, but PE doesn't have Heatwave. And
Yeah.
there's so many things that can be affected, but you've got to make the best out of a bad
situation. Exactly. And I
It's
feel
like we finish each other's sentences
yeah,
sometimes.
or sandwiches. I'm pretty hungry. But
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I used to eat sandwiches every day in England.
it's weird that you don't
Salad
do that.
cream. Oh,
That freaks me right out every time.
salad cream. I'm going home and I'm making a salad cream
No, you're
and,
not.
and crisp
No,
sandwich.
you're not. Do you know what's weird about
Triple
this guy?
decker.
Here's a little insight into this man to my right. He hasn't bought a spoon yet for his cutlery drawer, but he keeps buying yogurts. Why would you buy yogurts when you don't have a spoon?
Spoons are like in the next aisle to the yogurts as well.
But like, at what point do you sit there in your basket like, oh sweet, can't wait to eat these yogurts? At what point do your brain go, I don't need to buy a spade.
But you know what I'm like? I'm like, oh, it's a strawberry one. Oh, this has chocolate crunches in. And I'm...
that was the
yeah,
most terrifying sound ever. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh.
I think it's magnified by the microphone. But anyway, I'm just so excited to get home, have the yogurt. Like, I've never had the problem before. There's always a spoon in the drawer.
There's always a spoon in the drawer.
I tweeted as a comical joke, like, I've come home and the towel is still on the floor. I've come home and the dishes are not washed. What is going on?
This is not how life should be.
Why is the fairy not coming and done this? And
The
it's like
magical fairy.
It's been
That
almost spoiled
realization,
as you know, living with your parents till you're 23 years old, and having the realization of you actually have to do stuff as an adult.
Yeah, well, adult life continues for these guys as they're ready to play. And we're going to be jumping into our action very, very soon. It's going to be Infused and Vitality. The reason we had to restart this one is due to the simple fact that with the person hosting the lobby, we've actually disconnected from the PlayStation Network. And so with that resolved, we can actually start this game way back from scratch with one point lead in favor of Vitality. I will continue to remind you of that as time goes on. But look at Broken against him, finding his kills in pairs as he's gone 2-0 and... Okay, coming back to us. Host.
Oh, I'm just taking it. I'm back.
Nice one. That's still. Well, that's a tough one. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Don't know what. I actually don't have a clue what was happening then.
Maybe someone got a setting wrong. Maybe.
Maybe just... There is one thing, and I'm quite worried, right? You know, people get involved with us on Twitter. It's great that you use that hashtag CWL PS4. It's brilliant you're at COD World League. And even more so when you're at, like, our personal Twitter, it's brilliant because we don't have to kind of search for it. Someone has sent me a link, and I have no sound on this PC, but it's... let me just show you. I think it was Dessau, France, actually.
Dessau, France.
And I think it's us, like, singing. Put your hand...
Oh, we were in sync.
Mate, that was good.
Do it again. We were, like, proper in sync.
Let's go so we can put your hands in the air like you do. Boom.
Oh, we were on point.
Let me go and F11, is it? Oh no, adjust at full screen. There we go. Allow. I think we're going to bring it to you guys.
Okay, so this is us dancing.
But I don't know if you can get sound. I mean, it's okay without sound, but I am ready to rock and roll. So here it is. Thank you, Dessau, France. Go. Boom. Boom.
We're so in sync. Oh.
Oh, nailed it.
Wow, we have got some synergy, Phil.
Yeah, I don't want to take it off full screen until it's come back to us.
Don't go showing them what your screen looks like.
I mean, look at the screenshot. I mean, let's go. Let's refresh.
Stop, never give up. Hold your head high and reach the top. We're such nerds. We are such nerds. Oh my god.
No. No, what have I seen? I promised myself I would never like sing on camera. What have I done? I've ruined it all.
That's the machine effect, bro. That's the machine effect. Well, evidently we are missing a trick here. I don't know why we're commentating when we should be casting. What am I saying? When we should be singing.
I'm just saying there's places where we can audition.
Yeah.
And
should we head on to the X Factor or something?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we get through though.
You sure?
I think what I'm gonna do is I don't think we would. Do you ever remember that thing on X Factor? Right?
We could have a really good sob story.
We could do, but there was one guy. I don't know if you're a fan of the X Factor.
Drop it.
About 7 years ago, all I remember was Cheryl Cole was a judge. Just remember that for no reason. And there was two guys, and one was just in the background, and he was singing Peter Andre's.
Serious Girl.
Yeah, and one of them, because that's all he sung really. And one of them was just going, yeah.
Like the hype man.
Yeah. But it wasn't hype. It was so bad. It was awful. If you guys remember it at home, then please just you know,
make some noise.
It was
hype,
incredible.
Hype. That's how.
Yeah, like you were doing that. Like the other person was actually average at singing, so it was okay. But everyone was so distracted by this person just in the background going, yep,
check,
got it. Damn. Back with the white van. I get. Do you ever get hooked on?
Again with the white van.
Yeah. Do you get hooked on like little things like that, like trends?
I'm not so much. No.
I do.
I get hooked on like phrases. I'm one of those people.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the Twitch tratters that was shown in there.
What are they doing?
The first thing I saw was Revan just put lol. Revan's a mod.
Damn him. Jealousy.
Damn Revan with the mod powers.
Damn Revan with the mod in the Twitch chat.
I like it.
Didn't really work out, did it?
Oh, we're just getting a lot of lols. LOL. Oh, this is weird.
Oh God, I think we've hit that symbiotic level.
Infused,
level.
step aside on the chemistry scale. Machine and Momo, we're going to
On
the top.
glue leaderboards, Machine and Momo take the top spot.
We've done
Hype.
it.
Hash CWL PS4.
Winners of the stage 1 is Machine and Momo.
Yeah, there
We've
you
done
go.
it. We've nailed it.
The finals are cancelled. It's just us. We win.
Yeah, and
We'll take our giant check of 200,000. Pop under my arm.
I've always wanted to do that, like have a big check.
You know,
like
if you get 200,000, you can actually buy a spoon for your yogurts.
Nah, I'd rather just buy more yogurts. To be honest. What a waste! What a waste of money when you can use the back of a knife.
You're such a freak. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Infused versus Vitality, and we are ready to dig our teeth into Uplink for the 3rd attempt. I believe in it this time. I've got faith. You got to have faith. Faith.
PT though, with the drone now, we're 1-0 up for Vitality. Do remember that? But 20 seconds in, forget it. It's 1-1. Infused have made a mark on the game straight away. And now, we're getting back into the Call of Duty. It feels like we've just had too many breaks today, but I've enjoyed every single second of it, and it's only going to get better.
Many breaks.
Better.
Need less breaks in here. Riskin needs some more frags in here. He's going to finally connect on towards PT in a second. Oh,
Riskin!
Look at him risking it for a biscuit. And actually, we're going to be seeing the score sit now at 2-1. Riskin makes a huge impact, 5-0. Yet to have a single tarnish on his record. Now that's probably going to change because he's going to be walking into Whaler's domain. And actually, this could be a 2-point play. Whalers and the boys from Vitality have actually kept the base clear. And the bomb, the drone gets converted. That's going to be 4 then for the French side. Riskin still hasn't died as he pulls out the HCXD and spots out 2.
Yeah, he's on a perfect game at the moment, and I love to jinx things because usually it goes wrong, but no, Vitality have come back with a bang, and this surely will be a 2-point play. I've got to deviate from Riskin as Whalers goes down, but back on board with Riskin. 6-0, I can't. I mean...
You have to stay with him. He's 50 away from his health. He's trying to play for the streaks, and he's going to get them. Full streaks for Riskin and still not died. The reverse bond, as you were. And finally, he does go down, but the damage is done. Now, 5-1. That's actually 6-1, if you remember.
It is indeed, and it can only get worse here at the moment as Whalers and the boys from Vitality are making a mark. And look at this, he's so confident. He's not even going for the 1-point play. He should do.
No, not when Target's hitting shots like that. It's going to be 7. It's going to be technically 8. And Infused, where on earth are you?
I do not know where Infused. I just don't think they were invited back to the party here on Breach. But the Rooftop Sicaris, they're hodding up, and Whalers 2-2, you know, it feels like he's not done anything, but so influential, and he's 7-1 in the lead. He's Mr. OBJ at the moment, though. He has made 1-point play already to his name.
Here comes number 2. His teammate, credit to Gataga. He has just been doing everything you need to. Fortunately, that is going to be thrown out for the reset, though. And this is just the first half of our 3rd map. In our 3rd game here and our final day of the European World League.
Okay, but it's a 7-point game currently. It's 8-1 now to Vitality. But...
Those
score streaks are there.
Me.
Yeah, they are. It's just a lifeline, really, isn't it? I'm just seeing what Infused member. It's 0. He's just chilling around this. He wants to get back to slaying. You know, 0, 2, and 7, that don't feel right. 3 and 7 still don't feel right. Could he make it 4 and 7? No, he cannot. Just risking he's having the game of the series at the moment here. He does fall unbroken. Also, double digits broken has honestly been my... It's hard to give an MVP when they're down 2-0, but he's played so awesome. I'm not going to call things too early, though. 0. Takes down Gataga.
Double for 0. He's definitely starting to waken up. I mean, he's a player you need to deliver and to turn up if you want to be able to make an impact in this one. He's actually going to have someone walk straight on past him. What on earth? Whalers does go down, but there was a player actually present in that drone room. Now Urban's going to pick it up. He just managed to try and evade the H60 just for a second before Gataga finds him. And Gataga is doing everything. Mr. OBJ, Mr. Slayer, Mr. Well, actually, you know
Mr.
what?
Call of Duty right now.
Mr. Call of Duty, because he's actually pushing straight on towards Flowers. And look at this synchronicity between 3 members of Vitality, all very, very similar scores.
Yeah, I'd love him to have reset that armor, but no, it does get reset and it will fall into the abyss. But Infused, with 1 minute left, I think Infused need to do something in this half. I'd like to see them maybe get just a 1 or a 2-point play, do something. But for Vitality, if they can stop that, they really will be going into the second side strong, and they're doing just that. Marky B has picked up the drone, and he's progressing up the map, but he's going to face 1 player. I say it may as well be 2 players. It's risking, of course.
Of course, indeed. I mean, he's just been such an unpredictable presence at this point in time. 15-8. The only thing you can predict about Riskin is the fact that he's going to deliver here on Uplink. 45 seconds now. Gataga has got control of the drone once again. He does have kinetic armor. I'm starting to feel that 2.5. He's pushing straight through middle, and the boys of Infused are not going to be ready for this one because it's actually going to go for the lineup, something that he coined not too long ago, and he's going to try and get the 8-pointer off the roof. He does succeed, and so we sit now at 9, technically, to 1. Infused unable to make too much of an impact here after the melee resets. They seem to have fallen a little flat, fallen a little silent.
Yeah, I mean, it literally was. We've had a few connection issues or something, or whatever it was. And only one team has come back to the game, really. Infused cannot be seen anywhere. They had such a strong previous... Oh, nice interception. Oh, no, it doesn't. I correct myself. We had such a strong, like, map 1 and map 2. The S&D was 6-5 if you're just joining us. The hard point went down to the wire as well. Nah, he's not going to go anywhere as that drone is left on the rooftops there. 9-1 is the actual score. 8-point difference. 4-play game.
Okay. This is going to be crunch time. I mean, Infused, they could very well be setting themselves up for a CTF. They are currently 2-0 in the lead in this best of 5. However, I'm loving what Vitality are bringing right now. This is the sign of a team that do not want to quit, do not want to fall in 3. They want to give it everything they've got, and currently Riskin, Kataga, Broken, and Whalers are everyone doing their bit in this team-based game mode. Well, that could very well be a 2-point play waiting to happen, assuming Riskin can make an impact early, and he has. Expecting someone to go hunting for him, and they will. Look at that, back turned, and actually body drop. PT's gone, so's the drone, it's loose. He can't find the third, but I mean, the damage is done, and the team can work around that. He puts 2 people onto those 5-second timers. And looks like Kataga's going to take a leaf out of his book. Now Marky's gone, there's melee coming in, and there's a melee in return, and the SMGs from Vitality are just on a different level.
Yeah, Whalers have pulled out the Tempest. He does fall, but not before making an impact. They've got to say, 20 kills has been breached by Riskin before anyone in Infused have actually hit double figures. They have now, though, as PT drops 15. He's on a tear himself there. In fact, PT might have been on that before, I correct myself. Riskin, oh, I don't know why, apologies, I wasn't following him there, getting lost in the scoreboard, but makes another important play, a 2-point play. He's on a 2-kill streak, has all the streaks himself. Literally, this guy is unstoppable right now.
And he's still alive, actually, and on this life, he's on a 2-kill streak that enabled him to pick up that HCXD. But keep your eyes locked on the prize, because he could very well do more here. Zero now trying to make the move with the active camo. He's trying to play evasive, but they can still see him. They can still spot him out or not. Hang on a second. He's made a 2-point play right there, and that's what they needed. Time still a little bit of a ticking time bomb for Infused, but they have managed to start what felt like the first time in forever we see Infused on the scoreboard.
Yeah, PT picks up 2. He's on a 4-kill streak, PT, as Urban picks up the drone. He will surely be going this...
He's trying to break.
Greenhouse, but yeah, he's going to break, but what he's trying to do is not only get the 2-point play, he's trying to get control of their whole spawn. Now, he will do that. Great play from them, but they need to stop the kind of overextend, and this is the man to do it. And look at that, reads it like a book. Zero can make an impact.
Huge kills, and now look what's happening. There's a little bit of freedom. PT knows he's in trouble. He gets through the drone, he gets the kill.
Tactical.
PT is king, not enough. Broken rips that throne and the crown from his forehead, and now we sit at 10-5. There is still 3 minutes of play. And everything lets the dust settle. Time slows down almost here on Breach.
There was a huge stop from Vitality. I'm not sure who it was. Kataga's going to pick it up, but that was a massive, massive play to stop PT getting that 2-point play. At the moment, we're sitting at a 6-point advantage. Kataga, it's a lineup, it looks good.
It's a long one. Going to make it 11. It looks like he's going to do it. Bounces off the roof again. Kataga with the lineups that we just haven't really seen too much of. He's been doing this time and time again. It does feel like it is indeed his map. Broken has pulled out the scythe. I'd love to jump on board with him, but before we can, he has that taken away from him. Urban rips the robotic arm from the clutches of the Frenchman.
I want to see Urban wait for his team. He's not got the bodyguard. He hasn't got it, and he drops straight into a pit of Riskin. Riskin runs away with this. He's got the line in strike, and I can't see Infused coming back from this. It's too much of a deficit. Overall, 7 points with that additional 1 for Vitality. And Riskin, he's just going to make it even worse. There you go. Vitality extend the lead.
This is big from the French. They really needed this. And I mean, you're right. Time is limited. And that extra 1-point play makes it even more difficult for Infused. You can't help but think this is it. This is all they can do, but they are actually going to be exposed, and Zero could have made a 2-point play there, and that would have been necessary, really, to close the gap. Now, with time limited, I can't help but feel like 1 point isn't enough, and they know that. PT, what can you do? Nothing is going to be the answer to that one, because Kataga's present in middle, and a double does ensure Vitality's survival in the series.
Gataga staying strong, and look at that, shot in the back for Zero, something he's not used to as Broken picks up the drone. One more play and this game is over. If Vitality can pop just a 1-point play in here, I just can't see it coming back at all. He's going to do it, he's going to make it 13, in fact 14.
Their fate is sealed.
It's done and dusted. We're seeing a map number 4. I mean, it would have been unruly to see this done in 3.
It would have been unjust, if you ask me. At this point in time, though, look at the defensive work from Gataga. He's been doing absolutely everything, and to me, MVP. I mean, entirely. He's been doing such good work alongside Riskin. To be fair, Riskin has been equally, if not more so, present on the fragging tables. You can see he's got an extra 4 on for him, but Gataga, the level of the kills, the situation surrounding the kills does definitely give him the edge in my book. Just the one, though, off the back of that kinetic armor. Time is just ticking away, and we do wait for the inevitable end of this series, excuse me, of this map in the series. Currently going to be bringing the score to 2-1. Vitality surviving, but can they continue to do it to CTF? We will find out. Marky has control of the drone. That's immediately snatched away from him. Vitality can just run around at this point. They can truly just kind of have some fun with it and prepare themselves for what will be the 4th map in the series.
Yeah, and they need to take a deep breath here because, you know, Riskin and Gataga, like you've already dubbed them, you know, these are the kind of individual man of the matches for this round, or this map, should I say. Broken was so influential on the hard point, didn't go his way. S&D, I think Gataga dropped some ridiculous figures. In fact, it might have been Broken, actually, but only one winner there. And, you know, the restart, everything taken into consideration, they played it out, and Vitality, they really took them down. And I want to just remind you guys at home, Vitality did this to Millennium, and I believe they did it on the same map. They were really, really strong. There were no connection issues, no disconnections or anything like that. They shut Vitality down on uplink. They shut Infuse down on uplink. And now it goes to a CTF.
Okay.
The S&D, I can't choose one of these teams. Stats at the moment mean nothing to me on S&D.
So me saying that Infuse is statistically the best team when S&D means nothing to you?
I've just seen Vitality win 3 rounds back-to-back to them, and then Infuse get 5, then, then Vitality get 2, and then it goes down to 5-5, and it comes down to some incredible play.
Okay.
But CTF is a different game mode completely, and we've seen kind of promises and great plays and bad plays from both teams on this. Infuse didn't see CTF till pretty much like week 3, you know, until they actually had a chance to play it. So it's a tough one to call.
Well, it's going to be on Stronghold, which I need to remind you is the most passive.
It's not a good one. Yeah.
It's not the best. So usually the map lends itself to a very, very counter-cap orientated style of play, whereby both teams just kind of sit locked in stalemate until someone puts a toe out of line. This is the very map and game mode where we saw, I believe it was Nile, correct me if I'm wrong, have 1 interaction at the end of the half.
You're right.
One interaction. I'm pretty sure he had 1 kill, 0 deaths.
No, it was 0 kills,
0
1
kills,
death.
1 death.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of a half,